Guys, we live, guys. We live, my people. We live, my people. We live. Like the vid, like the vid, like the vid, like the vid. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe. Smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. Subscribe, guys. Smash the like button, guys. Smash that like button, guys. We live, my people. Smash that like button. Make sure you support us on the road to 5K subscriber. Make sure you support and like the vid, guys. Like the vid. It is official. Raphinha will join Chelsea Football Club after an agreement has been reached between Chelsea and Leeds United for Rafinha. Arsenal fans, you're gonna be in the mud. But Arsenal fans couldn't pay the money because of the financial issue they were having. So Arsenal couldn't pay what Leeds United were in terms of the 65 million. We don't want part payment. The rest is 5 million, and Rafinha this year. As Chelsea just came in, boom, with a straight bullet. Rafinha is a Chelsea player. Fabricio has tweeted it, and also David Oyston also have tweeted it also. Rafinha as well is a Chelsea player, and what is remaining for him is just about personal terms being agreed. After that being agreed, it will make it official. So Rafinha is a Chelsea player, guys. So let's go, guys. Yo, my people. Yep, we're back today. We're back, guys. We're back.
W intro.
Yeah, we're back, guys. We're back, guys. Like my guy H always say, like he always call him Darby. It's moving mad, guys. It's moving mad. Raphinha will join Chelsea Football Club after the deal has been agreed between Leeds United and Chelsea, guys. What is remaining right now is personal terms being agreed between the two clubs. And once that is being agreed between the two clubs, it will be official. They will make it official. So, how will Rafinha line up in Chelsea in terms of what Thomas Tuchel wants? And for all Chelsea fans, how happy are you? And Arsenal fans, how disgusting it is for Chelsea to just come in and snatch Rafinha off from you. So, Sage, how you doing, brother?
I am doing well, my brother. I am doing fantastic.
On this Brazilian guy.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm not gonna sit and pretend like I've watched a lot of Rafinha because he played for a team that's not a top 6 officially.
Mm-hmm.
So the majority of fans like me who watch football outside of Chelsea, I usually watch Liverpool, City, Man United for banter stuff, Arsenal, Tottenham, that type of stuff. The only time I watch Leeds play is either against a big team or Chelsea. That's the only time I watch them. So far, and what I can say when I saw him play against Chelsea, I mean the guy's very good. The guy is technically gifted. I'm already imagining what this guy can do for Chelsea attack. Like just his presence alone, his skill sets alone, him as an individual, the amount of attacking scenarios he's going to unlock at Chelsea Football Club. That like because he's not like Werner. He's not one dimensional. He's not like Ziyech. He's not a one trick pony. He has options. He can come up with option B, option C. Like we Chelsea fans, when we compare players like from Liverpool, City, the reason why we're jealous of City and Liverpool players is because in those systems, in the final third moments, they can come up with multiple options. If their first option doesn't work, they quickly, they quickly come up with option B. We Chelsea, the Chelsea attackers don't have that. So Rafinha in that front three will do so much for our attack. So for example, He's a left-footed player, but he can shoot with his right foot when he wants to. I'm not saying he's phenomenal with his right foot, but he's comfortable enough to shoot with his right foot. He's very neaty player. He's very skillful. He has flair. You know, he's a ball manipulator. I did some research on him. The moment we got announced, I did some more research, in-depth research on him. So his stats, how he compares to other wingers around the world, not just Premier League, around the wingers. I found something interesting. He is the best defensive winger. Do you know what that means for Tuchel? Work rate. He came from a system. He came from a system like Bielsa. You always have to be running, 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 running. That is a bonus for Tuchel. I mean, and I wouldn't be surprised if that isn't one of the reasons why Tuchel even targeted him in the first place. His work rate. So you have someone who's skill. Yeah, his versatility. He's not Lukaku, who's lazy, who's complaining about that he can't fit into the system because how much he has to run. You know, Rafinha already has that in his locker. When Tuchel wants him to press, he will press like a dog. He will press. He will keep running and pressing, like Werner does. But Werner can't shoot, can't pass, can't dribble. He has no technique. So how he's going to team up with players like Havertz, Sterling on the left. Oh my God, he will have Reece James right behind him or beside him. So I'm trying to imagine all the in-game plays Chelsea could potentially do right now. Like my head is full of my head is full of ideas, Abdullahi. And I didn't even see this coming.
Is it dagger?
This Fabrizio Romano didn't even tweet out anything. Oh, Chelsea have submitted a bid or anything. That didn't happen. It was literally
because of Dembélé. So
because of Dembélé. It was a bomb drop. It was literally just a surprise attack. It was like Chelsea have signed Rafinha. Chelsea have agreed a deal with Leeds. Now we just have to focus on personal terms. But other than that, I'm excited, man. The fact that we get to see new faces, especially in attack. Like this attack drain the life out of us. If there's one thing Chelsea fans have been frustrated over the years, is players who are technically gifted. Just give us one guy. I've been waiting for a player like this since Eden Hazard.
Yeah.
And I will say this as my last point. Raphinha will come to a football club like Chelsea, which Eden Hazard did not have the privilege of that, having good players around him, having a good manager, having a board that will build for the future. Eden Hazard didn't have that. He was in an era where managers would just come and go. So Mourinho, Conte, Sarri, they would just come and go, different systems, blah blah blah. Raphinha is walking into a manager that wants him, that's building a future. And he has young players around him, which Eden Hazard did not have the privilege of having that because obviously he left. But yeah, other than that, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see a new face, and he's Brazilian, so it's cherry on the top for me.
Yeah. So in terms of Raphinha now, like looking at Arsenal now, where do you think Arsenal get it wrong in terms of buying Raphinha? Because a lot of Arsenal be like cooking, already doing the Photoshop. I'm like, yes, Raphinha to Arsenal.
They were doing the compilation videos. They were doing.
So where do you say Arsenal getting it wrong? Was it because Leeds United were asking them for too much money, or you don't believe maybe Raphinha didn't kind of trust Arsenal in terms of want to join Arsenal?
I think Arsenal got caught lacking the last minute. They thought they had this in the bag. They thought, because there wasn't that much fuss around Raphinha to Chelsea or any Chelsea links. It was a slight link, but I don't think Arsenal expected Chelsea to do this last minute hook, like out of nowhere, just snatching him. They thought the bid that they initially submitted was a comfortable one. They were like, there's no competition. Leeds will take the £55 million. Rafinha will come to Arsenal because of the Brazilian links we have, blah, blah, blah. They thought they had it in the back of the locker. They thought nobody was going to challenge them in the last minute. So they took their guard down in the last minute. And Chelsea used this opportunity to rethink, which is, Chelsea don't do this a lot, if you think about it. When we do transfer business, we don't look at second options. Or shall I say a better way, we don't look at better alternatives. So for example, when we were linked to Erling Haaland for like so many months, and the last minute we found out, it's just too much for him. He wants like 800k a week. It's not happening. What did we do? We went for Romelu Lukaku, who didn't fit the system, and most important, Tuchel didn't want him. the board ignored that. The board just said, let's just get in someone who can give us 30 goals a season. That was the alternative. Now, we wanted Dembele originally.
Yeah.
And Dembele might still come, but now that we signed Rafinha, is unlikely. It's like 80% it's not going to happen. Because they both play the same position. They're both left-footed, right wing. Now that we got Rafinha in the bag, Dembele's not coming. And I would rather have Rafinha because Dembele's injury-prone, uncertainty career, so you don't know. So I'm looking at this alternative option, which is Rafinha to Dembele. He actually fits the system. He fits. He's from a league that we know of.
Yeah.
You know, his work rate. He fits the Tuchel philosophy, attacking-wise, of the gegenpress.
Yeah.
Tuchel likes players like this. He can come up with option B, C, D, whatever.
Yeah.
So I am surprised, and especially the fact that Marina's not part of this anymore. Czech is not part of this anymore. The fact that Todd B was able to make a decision like this quickly, and the fact that it fits the system and he did what Tuchel wants, is positive news for in every way possible.
Yeah.
Because Tuchel said, all right, I wanted Dembele. Dembele is probably not going to happen. Go get me Rafinha. Todd B didn't say.
Todd B is used to data a lot, and I'm very sure he worked with Daniel Franklin, who is very good, who is very knowledgeable in using data analysis a lot. So they'll have sat down and do their due diligence in terms of looking at the ups and downs, how we can fit into the system, what kind of style Tuchel wants to play. So that will be able to say, okay, if we can't get Dembele, let's go for Rafinha.
Yep. And we didn't go for a guy in Bundesliga who's similar to Dembele. We didn't go for. Tuchel said, "Get me that guy." And Todd B, he didn't give a second answer. He didn't say, "Well, I think we should go." No, he said, "Okay, I will go. I will go full in." And that's a positive side.
Like him, this guy has flair, and he can actually
play. He can play football. He has brain. In the final third, I was looking at his stats. He's very too similar. This will probably be the perfect comparison. I don't like to compare because I think comparison is the killer of joy and stuff. I don't like comparing. But if I have to compare one player to Rafinha in the top six, it's probably Riyad Mahrez. He reminds me so much of Riyad Mahrez, and they're both left foot and everything. But he has a better. He's more explosive than Riyad Mahrez. I think I would say he's just as good as passing. They're very similar. Rafinha and Riyad Mahrez they're very similar. I would say Rafinha in terms of long shots, he's very average. Long passes. So in terms of long range creativity, so he's not like someone who Di Maria, for example. Di Maria can make something out of nothing in terms of passing.
Yeah.
So you can put a whole back line against Di Maria and he will ping a ball. He will find somebody.
Yeah.
He's not that type of player. He's someone that wants the ball. He likes taking command. He said, "Give me the ball. I will make something happen." I like that. He's not someone that's shy. He's like, well, this part of the game doesn't suit my play style, so I'm not going to take the risk. No, he's taking the risk. He's saying, "Give me the ball. I will be explosive. I will make something happen." He's not afraid of failing. He's not afraid of, he has that confidence. All right, this didn't work. I will make something happen. So I like that. Because if you think about Pulisic, right? Pulisic, one-dimensional. He brings his head down. He dribbles. He doesn't adapt to the game. He doesn't try to make smarter decisions. With Rafinha, he's like, I can impact the game in a different way. If my dribbling doesn't work, I'll make smart runs. I will cut inside and shoot with my left foot. He's so versatile. He's so good. So I'm excited, especially on the right side, because we haven't had a player. Because we thought Ziyech was going to be that guy.
Yeah.
Because Chelsea didn't have a left-footed guy who could just make something out of nothing, long shots, free kicks and everything, set pieces.
Yeah.
Rafinha is going to be the guy Ziyech was supposed to be. Mark this. Rafinha is going to be the guy Ziyech was supposed to be. Because Ziyech couldn't adapt to this league, the physicality, the running. Rafinha on the other side, he knows how to adapt to this league. He's the perfect player for this Chelsea system and this league. So, in terms of Arsenal, I gave my answer on Arsenal. I think Arsenal just got too comfortable. They thought they had it in the bag. And then Chelsea just took this opportunity to, come out of nowhere and just, snatch it from them. That's what I think.
So, like, in terms of how we play now, where do you see Raphinha fitting? Because my belief, based on what I've reading and I'm hearing, is Tuchel might actually go into playing a 4-2-2-2 formation, where the first the first 2 seasons in PSG where he actually play a 4-2-2-2 formation. So do you see Tuchel playing a 4-2-2 or you're like a 4-2-3-1 where he has to play Raheem Sterling and Raphinha together and play Kai Havertz as a number 9? The movement, where do you see Raphinha playing?
I think I'm trying to think more about who will get affected more if Tuchel goes with different systems. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to be considerate of the other attackers. As much as we want to play fantasy football, we have to think, because if something happens, someone else will get affected in the attack. So for example, Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz is versatile, but he's not versatile to the point where he's too good at any position. The best we've seen of Kai Havertz at Chelsea is him playing as a false 9.
Yeah.
Him doing that shadow striker runs, that type of stuff. Him dropping deep, which will fit Chelsea. I always said this: build the Chelsea front three around Kai Havertz as a false 9. You can have Sterling on the left to him. You can have Rafinha to the right. That front three of Sterling to the left, Havertz in the middle, and Rafinha to the right is fluid. It has versatility. It has players who can do link-up play. It has smart players who are confident and who are confident in the final third, which Chelsea lacked over the years. So for me, it all comes down to Mason Mount, unfortunately. Because in any system, so let's say he does 4-2-2, so that is 2 midfielders. So I'm thinking a tall lone DM guy next to a box-to-box ish like Kovacic.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 is 2 attacking midfielders ish. So I'm thinking maybe Mount in one of them. Who will be the other midfielder? And then you have the 2 up front. So Kai Havertz.
Yeah.
And I don't expect him to use Sterling on the left of the 2 front, because it wouldn't make sense. But it could happen in game. You never know. So I don't see him using the 4-2-2 only because of the players we currently have.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of waiting for the transfer to finish and see who we bought. But if you told me, it all depends on that DM. It all depends on that, because that DM is so crucial.
Is not a DM. Savić is not a DM.
He can. I think he can be played that, because we just need. It doesn't even have to be him. For Tuchel to unlock those systems, he needs a presence DM. So like Chua Mane, he needs someone like that.
Because in PSG, he played Marquinhos more as a DM. So
yes,
what he did with Marquinhos was he told Marquinhos to step into that DM. So when they get possession, when opposition counter them, Marquinhos step back and play more as a 4th centre back. So
yes,
when
or
they
Declan Rice. I was thinking.
Yes, exactly. Just like Declan Rice. So if we go for Milinković-Savić now, what you can look at Savić is, yes, I know how good of a player. Sometimes when we are when opposition is coming to come and attack us, can you be that sitting another centre back for us to prepare us in terms of overloading that opposition and quick passing, quick attacking, and quick manipulation in terms of the way they pass the ball? That is what I believe Tuchel will do, because in PSG, it does that a lot. He tells my junior and Kylian Mbappe, you do your stuff outside. I get this. Marquinhos is that anchor, that DM where he can pass, he can mark, he can do so many stuff there, because it's not even a DM, it's a centre back. But Tuchel instructed him to be that DM and do that orchestrator in that midfield. I think that was what Tuchel would do with Milinković-Savić if we bring him in. He will tell him to be that anchor and be that manipulator in front and tell him, you do this, and you do this. That's why I don't think we're gonna get Declan Rice, because it's gonna be huge.
Yeah, he's too expensive. English tax. Here's what I was thinking. Even if you don't get the Milinković-Savić, and you brought up the Marquinhos point, which I thought was interesting. Tuchel has already played a centre back at DM before in the 4-2-2. I think he played the 4-2-2 in PSG, right? He played that the majority.
In his first
right.
In the first 1.5 season.
So he used a very versatile centre back who can play DM. So I'm thinking, in this current Chelsea team, is there a centre back who has experience of playing a DM? Maybe Chalobah?
With James Chalobah.
So I'm thinking, we definitely have to use Reece James as the right wing back or right back. He for me, it will be, he's so good at that position. It will be a sacrifice to play him in midfield. It will just be. So I'm thinking, a lot of people are talking about Koundé. People are talking about Koundé. Who else is linked for centre back? De Ligt. So let's say we do buy De Ligt and Koundé, which will be a big deal. People are trying to figure out how Chalobah will fit, because Chalobah, I think, deserves more game time. His age, the way he came in his first season, I think he had between Mount, Reece James, Tomori, Tammy Abraham. I think Chalobah had the first debut best season for a youngster from Chelsea.
Yeah.
And maybe people try to put it because, that the team was
People say he might play Ake as a DM though.
Ake. That's a very good. And he is interested. He also wants Ake. Fabrizio Romano confirmed that Tuchel wants Ake.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking if we get Ake, maybe he wants to play Ake in a. Or we also have that guy. What's his name? He's Welsh. Ampadu.
Yeah.
So we have players who can play DM. It's just whether Tuchel wants to use them, or whether he wants to explore that.
Does he trust them that much to that level where
Exactly.
say, let me make this decision.
Right. This is what I'm saying. Tuchel has no problem using the young players. He's a big fan of young players. He would not hesitate to start a young player over a veteran. He has no problem. He's done it with Reece James, Mount. He trusted them from day one. I wouldn't be surprised if he trusted Chalobah at DM, because Chalobah is tall. He's decent from passing. He can tackle. He can read the game defensively. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to submit him that sort of role in the future. If he doesn't get the original DMs he wants, so like Declan Rice or Savić, all those players. If Tuchel is left with no option DM, and Bowley says to him, listen, we cannot get a traditional DM. We've run out of time or out of money, or you probably have to wait next summer. I wouldn't be surprised if Tuchel comes up with something, say, you know what, I'm just gonna play Chalobah DM, or I'll try to get what's his name, Ampadu, or someone else, so that I can pair Kovacic with them. So Kovacic can be the press resistant. He can create from the back. He can dribble up.
Because if you look at that 4-2-2-2 you played in PSG, that was not even a DM. It was more of a pivot where the 4-2-2-2 could become like a 4-2-3-1, or it could become even a 4-3-3 because the two in the midfield towards the second half can just drop down a little bit to form a 3. That may become, that's where Mason Mount comes in, because if you want to play that formation, you need to Mason Mount in that team where it could be that shadow DM where it could just pass a number 8, it could run around, press, shoot, and pass. Where it could come in, because now we are bringing in Rafinha and Raheem Sterling. Those are pure wingers.
I was also thinking, what if he plays 4-3-3? Because you said, and we all know Mount best. I think Mount plays best when he's a number 8. I think I think we're trying to force him to be this creative, traditional number 10, like like other players. Mount has improved the years of consistently creating chances. He's up there with the likes of Bruno Fernandes, Kevin De Bruyne in terms of creating big chances. But I think his game can be used way more. I think his role in terms of, I think what Tuchel wants him to do is press him up front instead of pressing from midfield. He wants him to be more involved in the attack in Mount. So I don't see him using Mount in that sort of shadow DM or running around. I don't see him doing that, because I think he wants Mount to be part of the attack, which is why it doesn't make sense for me. Which is why, as I brought up this point before, somebody's gonna have to get sacrificed. In the attack, because Mount is a must start for Tuchel because of how well he presses, his passing. But I always said this: Mount needs to prove in the final third. I'm not gonna. I know he's young.
I think that could be his detriment, because Tuchel might be like, okay, if he doesn't improve in that aspect, I'm just gonna put him on the bench.
Yeah, or probably start him as a number 8.
Yeah.
Because I think Mount is better from creating deep than up front in the attack.
Because the debate we have is, where will Conor Gallagher play? Because if you're gonna play Messi, you have to play Gallagher too.
I forgot about Gallagher, bro. This is so exciting. I forgot about Gallagher. This is just too much right now.
Because
I'm trying to think of.
Now, if Tuchel believe, because he has to do the preseason with them and see how good they are. If he decides to play back 4, I think I say the 4-2-2 could work, where he could play Mason Mount and Gallagher together. He could play
behind the 2 up front. Yes, behind the 2 up front. Now this is starting to make sense. Okay, I completely forgot about Conor Gallagher. I completely forgot about him.
Because if you play 4-2-2-2, you can play Gallagher and Mason Mount together. So one have to be more defensive. Why I'm worried is there's no physicality in that.
Physicality.
So people are to run us where we can get silly yellow card or silly red card. But because in PSG, Tuchel trusts Marquinhos, because of his intelligence, his
Yes.
passing, his defensive ability. So when he has the ball, Marco Verratti knows, okay, because he played Marco Verratti together with Marquinhos. So he knows when Marquinhos have that ball, Verratti knows, give me that ball. Let me orchestrate it out. Let me do the
The,
remaining stuff.
I'm baffled right now. I'm trying to think of what Tuchel is going to do. I honestly don't have no idea. Out of all the formation I'm thinking of, I don't understand because he pretty much said he's going to give Gallagher. Him and Gallagher had a meeting a month ago,
Yeah.
face to face, and I think Gallagher is going to come back to Chelsea from loan, obviously, unless Chelsea try to put him another loan. But this is what I said. I don't understand because Rafinha is a must start. I don't care what anybody says. I think Tuchel wants to start him. He has to.
Yeah.
Havertz is a must start. Mount is a must start.
Yep.
But the problem I have is with this Sterling link doesn't make sense now. If I think about it, for me, Sterling, right? Let's say we do get Sterling. Now somebody has to get benched. Is it going to be Havertz? Is it going to be a Mount?
Yeah.
Somebody's going to get sacrificed because now we have two traditional wingers now. Unless
who can dribble 1v1, who
yes,
can beat opposition 1v1.
We have
Because
two traditional
it depends
wingers.
on Tuchel. Does he want to go to if you want to go to a back four, how does it set up? Is it 4-2-3-1? 4-3? Because my belief, and based on what I've seen, is he will play that 4-2-2-2 because he's done it before. So
Yes.
he has certain players who can play that position. That's why I said for him to play that formation, we need Milinković-Savić. Because Savić is the ideal player that can tell Tuchel, I get this.
I cracked it. I just cracked the idea, Abdullah. I just cracked it. The 4-2-2-2 would make sense if this happens. Raheem Sterling on the left side of the front two. Kai Havertz on the right. The two attacking midfielders. Rafinha on the right. Mason Mount on the left. Kovacic as the left box to box or whatever. We need that tall DM. I don't care who it is. We need is that if it's Savage, if it's Chalobah, it doesn't matter. We need that. The only way I could see this working because Raheem Sterling did play as a striker-ish, whatever, as a top front guy under Pep Guardiola, so he knows how to do that. And Tuchel is a big fan of how Pep plays football, especially the attack. He creates his philosophy around him. He's a big as Pep Guardiola. He's pretty much a role model to Tuchel growing up and his coaching and stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if he did the 4-2-2-2 and he used Sterling as with Kai Havertz up front, and then Mount and Rafinha behind those two to be more creative. So you can have Mount pinging in long balls. You can have Rafinha penetrating the defenses with his ball manipulation. You can have Raheem Sterling off the ball movement and Kai Havertz off the ball movement. You can have Reece James overlapping, spamming crosses to the far post, which Raheem Sterling is very good at tapping from those areas. Because if you remember, Kevin De Bruyne does that. Kyle Walker does that.
Yeah.
They spam crosses on that side for Raheem Sterling so he can tap it in or do his stuff.
Yeah.
So if we do get Raheem Sterling, I'm saying this. If we do get Raheem Sterling, there's a 92% chance that we will play the 4-2-2-2.
Yeah, because I read what is it Dimash or somebody said it, because he said if you're gonna bring Rafinha and Raheem Sterling, he said he's thinking Tuchel will switch back to a 4-2 because in Paris Saint-Germain in the first 3 seasons he did that 4-2-2-2 where he told Marquinhos, you're gonna be my pivotal man, just stay there, do your job there, just do that. That was when he played Kylian Mbappe and Neymar together, and he told Marquinhos he played Marquinhos and Marco Verratti together, and he told Marquinhos when opposition attack us, you be that central back, that 4 at the back where it's like a 4 but it look like a 3. So when people are coming at us, it's gonna be that one they're gonna step in and just.
He's gonna be that presence. Yeah, he's gonna be that presence.
Exactly. And it's cost him a lot because he have that defensive awareness in his brain to know, okay.
So for me,
I need to make rush decision making, because my problem with it is I don't want him to play Chalobah by that DM. Chalobah could make mistake in the middle. I don't want that to happen.
Yes.
Because
he's too inexperienced. He's too inexperienced.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not as intelligent as Marquinhos as well.
Savić now. Savić can do that job because Savić can go forward and he can come back, and it's very tall. So that presence is there in that midfield where it can utilize Kovacic to go forward and tell them, this is my job, I'll figure this out. And they can pass very, very well.
Yeah.
So it depends on how Tuchel wants to play the formation. It depends.
And this is what I mean. Even if you don't get Savić, it will be more likely that the next summer or even the winter window, Declan Rice might come.
Yeah.
It's making more sense how Declan Rice will fit in the system now. It's making more sense. And Tuchel is a big fan of him. Tuchel wants Declan Rice. This has been set out. Tuchel wants Declan Rice. The problem is the price. We have to if we have to sacrifice, because let's say the budget is 200 million. We already spent 60-ish on Rafinha.
Yeah.
If we spend the remaining on just Declan Rice, I think that would be wasted, because I think a centre back is more needed than Declan Rice right now.
Yeah.
I think we can find alternatives as that DM type of guy who can play the.
There's Ampadu, there's Guillermo.
There's Ampadu. There's we can try to use Chalobah and stuff. Yeah. But for me, what's important is we need to get either of Koundé or De Ligt for me.
Yeah.
Raphinha with Koundé or De Ligt is a W summer for me.
Yep.
Because we take two departments which were very crucial. The attack, Sterling is almost done as well. So it's going to be, I think, Sterling, Raphinha, either Koundé or De Ligt with them. For me, that will be a very good start to this rebuild.
Yep. Very, very well said. How you guys doing? Sam, long time. How you doing, brother? Eric, forward. How you guys doing? Sam,
how you doing?
Welcome back. Where have you been, bro? Where have you been?
Bro, work, man. You know how it is.
I understand.
We had to
Abdullahi, God.
How are you doing, bro?
Oh, God, we have something to talk about today. Let's go.
So, let's go. How are you feeling? Firstly, commiseration.
Is that you forward, yeah?
Yeah, forward is it. Commiseration to Arsenal fans. Commiseration to them. Commiseration to them.
Arsenal fans, rest in peace, man. Rest in peace, and enjoy the documentary coming up. We're gonna have an Ayamashe or pounded jam ready for that one. Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Rafinha. Firstly, for the first time in my entire life watching Chelsea after Eden Hazard, I finally see a baller in Chelsea in Stamford Bridge.
Calm down.
I finally see a baller in Stamford Bridge. Wow. Your take on it?
Yes, it's an exciting signing. I think that's how I would picture it first and foremost. It's an exciting signing. I think again, it's good to I think it's important that we reference Eden Hazard here, because he was the last player that we had that had that sort of individual brilliance about him, where he could take on 1, 2, 3 players at a time and attract that much attention just through his own individual skill.
You know why I feel for him? Because there were no players on his level where he can elevate his game more.
Yes.
When he was playing for Chelsea. But in Rafinha,
yes,
I have players with him.
Yeah, 100%. Because with Hazard when he was here, yes, Willian had a couple of decent seasons here and there. Pedro, again, same decent couple of seasons here and there, but he went ever at that top level. Yeah. And what we've seen with a lot of the top wingers in Hazard's generation, Salah had a Mane on the other side. He was pushing him every single game. Robin had a Ribery pushing him every single game. Messi had Neymar. Like, again, I could go on and on and on. So that's why obviously it's important that we bring in Rafinha and obviously another left winger as well. And obviously we will talk about Sterling later, but for now, let's just focus on our new Brazilian signing, our new 55 million signing.
The way he plays football, his flair, the way it's just too good, because people compare him to Hakim Ziyech, and I said the difference between him and Hakim Ziyech is this guy here is more of a dribbler and he can create very well. Ziyech is just like when he has his left foot, that's it. He doesn't know how to come back to his right foot. Rafinha can do both. Yeah, Rafinha can do both, where he cut on his left foot and he just pass with his right foot or shoot with his right foot. And it's more of a creator.
100%. You got it. You exactly right with that. Ziyech was more of a creator, and I feel like it's good to like sort of bring up why Ziyech didn't flourish at Chelsea in reference to what we're going to talk about with Rafinha, because of Ziyech, obviously he was a Frank Lampard signing, and for me, he was very good under Frank Lampard. Whenever he played under Frank Lampard, he actually did play quite well. People forget that in the preseason that he had when he was first there, he was having a very good start to preseason. Then he got injured, I think away at Brighton, in I think the final game of preseason. Yeah. Then he only came back a few months into the season, and he was amazing. He had like a brilliant performance against Burnley, Leeds, and some other teams as well. And then he got injured again. And then he only came back at a time where Chelsea were complete free fall under Frank Lampard, and he got sacked. Yeah. And obviously by that point, then Tuchel came in, changed the system, changed the formation, and played with 2 10s inside. And Ziyech is always a winger who preferred being wide out on the wing, where he can cut inside and play make. That was sort of his game. But then when you put him into the middle, where he has to play sort of where it's more congested, and he has to try and take players on a bit more and have a bit more about his game, that's where he struggled. And that's why under Tuchel, he's never really flourished. He did have a good spell towards the start of this calendar year when we did actually change to a 4-2-2, as you guys were mentioning earlier. And he's playing a bit more in his natural position on the wing, and he had a good spell. Then he got another injury. So for Ziyech, it never really worked out. But the reason why Ziyech and Raphinha are so different is that Raphinha is a direct player. He is an aggressive dribbler. Ziyech will want to cut inside and like try and play make it, but he won't beat you with skill or with pace. Certainly not. That's not in his game. But Raphinha, he's got the skill to beat you, and he's got the pace to beat you. But the most important thing is he's aggressive with it. He will go at players. He will take them on. He will cut inside and shoot from 25, 30 yards. He would play make. He would try and make things happen, and that's what kind of winger that Raphinha is. And what we've been saying for a long time, boys, is that we need players who are direct and who want to make things happen. Because with Chelsea, we haven't had dribblers this entire season. We haven't. We just haven't got any dribblers. Pulisic, he runs about. Like, he puts an effort in. Like he gains yards with his dribbles, but that's about it. He doesn't actually go past players or makes anything happen. Hudson-Odoi, I love the kid, but especially since his injury, he's not really an aggressive dribbler either. Good technically on the ball, but nobody's going to actually try and commit players 1v1. Whereas Raphinha will do that, and him on that right hand side. With the boy in my ivy, Reece James, the best right back in the world. Listen, that right hand side is lock off for the competition, bro. Like they're getting wrapped. That right hand side, Rafinha cutting inside, Reece James and the overlap. Are you dumb, bro?
Forward.
Yeah, it's peak.
Forward.
It's peak for the league.
You don't understand. When I saw the bloody tweets, bruv, I actually woke up for some reason when I had the initiative. Do you know the first thing I thought about when I saw Rafinha to Chelsea was straight away to Reece James. I didn't even think about the system, but I was like, that right hand side is finito. It is hasta la vista. It is done. Because now we have two creators on one side. You know how rare that is, Chelsea having two good creators on one side? You know how rare that is?
Extremely rare. Again, you look at Hazard, he was our main creator for so many years, and on his left-hand side, he had Marcus Alonso for the majority of his time at Chelsea. It was terrible. So for Rafinha to already be paired up with somebody like Reece James, it's fantastic. And again, if all things do go well with Rafinha, that's our right-hand side set up for at least the next 6-7 years. So the signs are promising. I think Rafinha's a player that I've been quite high on for quite a while. Like I liked him at Rennes. I thought it was a really solid player in there. Obviously, they made the jump to Premier League football with Leeds, and he's still like a duck to water. So I feel like there's very good potential for the signing to be a very shrewd signing, a very good signing, and a very promising first signing for the Bowley era. So yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm very excited about this one.
Eric Blue, Raphinha.
Okay, firstly, long time no see, Abdullahi. I'm sorry.
Welcome back. Okay.
I should have been more involved. Things came up.
It took us about. I took us about.
No, Abdullahi, actually, with this season, Chelsea fans needed a break.
I mean,
Come
on, let's be real, man. This season was
look, I'm still busy. Let's be honest. I don't have much time, but I need to be here today. I think it's important. So, thanks for having me. Secondly, Sam. Long time no see. Wow, it's been
nice hearing from you, man.
It's been a long time. See, when good things happen, people, you start seeing faces that you didn't see for a while. It's good. It's good to see. It's nice. It's a nice moment. For me, the deal is all but done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
how excited are you with this guy here? How excited?
Okay, I have to be honest. I don't want to bring the mood down, but I'm just gonna say this. This is something that excites me because I'm looking forward to Rafinha making that step up, because for me he's been a good player, talented, good dribbling, this, that, the other, but it's time for him to be unlocked. Let's put it like that. I can't think of a better word. It's time for him to go to the next level now, like what Mane did when he went to Liverpool.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the next level of Rafinha, the player who, we haven't seen yet. The potential that is waiting to be unlocked. That's what I'm really looking forward to. Because what he showed at Leeds is not everything. There's more there.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm really excited about. like you guys were mentioning, that right-hand side, that's going to be very interesting. We need a backup in that position. I don't think Rich James can play, the whole season. But when he's involved and when him and Rafinha on that pitch, it's going to be interesting, man. I'm excited. Honestly, this is exactly what I've been waiting for, and this is exactly what most of us have been hoping for. I think the deal is done, pretty much. I mean,
just
about personal
terms and everything.
Yeah,
it would shock me if he didn't sign the
the
because his agent is a former Chelsea player, Deco, so it will be done.
Yeah, I mean, listen, all the Chelsea correspondents are saying good news. The tapping merchant himself, Fabrizio Romano, put in the word. So, I mean, it's all but done.
So. Already said it already,
yeah,
so
it's pretty much done. Yeah, I'm waiting for the announcement. Funny enough, like I didn't expect this to be the first announcement.
The first time. The problem is I have an athletic app on my phone where I follow David Austin and the athletic app. So
yeah,
I woke up. I was kind of doing something, so I woke up and like, let me go. I went to cook and I came back. And I had a pop-up on my phone. I was like, David Austin tweet. I was like, what did David Austin tweet this afternoon? And I checked. I was like, Rafinha to Chelsea, closed. And after 10 minutes, Fabrizio just came out. It's done. Agreement 350. I was like, what?
I mean, what he's saying there? He has not put, he hasn't tapped in yet, but let's be real, he's just waiting for, it's pretty much done. It's pretty much done. The open goal is just waiting for him to put the ball in.
Here we go.
So that's all.
It's the 85th minute. He's tapped in. Like it's pretty much done. Yep. He's gonna come back in the 95th minute when it's completely wrapped up to say what's up. But yeah, we're looking good right now.
Yeah. Look, he even said all the way. What do you call it? He said here we go is all coming, right? He even said that. So yeah, so we know here we go is on his way already. So look, I'm very happy that we've made progress. We've actually made that first signing.
But the way Podolski has been running this club, I'm shocked.
Look, guys, this is why I say this is why I'm saying people need to be patient. Just relax, calm down. The guy just came. He just got here. Yes, he has. What makes you think that these things just happen so instantly? It's not like that. So for me, just chill, take it easy.
Eric, I think
have a lot to say.
Yeah, I think what I think the reason, especially why people are excited, is because they've seen him play in the Premier League. This isn't some guy coming from the Dutch league or Bundesliga like Werner did. No, we actually watch this guy week in week out play football against the Premier League teams that we want our players to succeed. So I think you could understand the confidence that the fans have right now. I think you can understand where they're coming from.
It's a no-brainer, honestly.
But the thing though with Chelsea is that it's just the level that Chelsea is striving for. Like, you remember when Lampard was at Chelsea and you had Mason Mount and the rest, and these guys were performing to that level of top four. That's why, like, you look at Arsenal right now, they're still happy with the Sakas and the rest. When they want to actually challenge, it's another level. That's why I like what Eric said about he needs to take his game to the next level. That's the problem. Chelsea have good players, but when was the last time we had a world-class forward? Like, that we can.
The last person Hazard is
and you need at least. I personally think you need two world-class players to really dominate your league in that forward position. And like Raphinha, for sure, he has to perform. He has to take his game to the next level.
I would say he's a world-class talent, not world-class player.
I'm not really like. I'm excited for it, but I really want to watch it because let's be real, man. The signings this last 4 years have been.
No,
horrible.
Not good enough.
They've been really bad, and I'm personally happy for Tuchel because I think he deserves to get his squad. I think this guy has served this club 100% well enough to actually give him his 11, 12 players or even 13 players that he chooses and feels okay. These are the players that are right to actually play my system and all that. Because what the guy has done, even with this whole change of ownership and everything, I think he handled it very well. He steadied the ship well. He was supportive for the team, and you can see like someone who really wants to be part of this whole project. So I like the fact that number one, they're getting players that he wants. I think we still need to talk about the deadwood that needs to leave this club.
They will leave. The report I've been saying that.
No, Abdullah, we've been saying they will leave. No, Abdullah, look at the signings. Abdullah, Chelsea still have Alonso. Who bought Alonso? Conte. How many years? Like, there are a lot of players, and it's almost like we keep on adding, and It's harder. Werner, even I'm hearing that Juve don't really want him in that deal for the league. Like, it's looking really suspect.
Juve are saying they want Pulisic now or Jorginho. That's what they want.
You see,
Sam, don't worry. Look, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough because
it's really going to.
It's a big mess, but I'm sure we'll try. You know, we will sort it out at some
because
point.
I personally wouldn't mind even the Us, even if it's possible. I know Rafinha coming in now but I do think that there's a need of like real clear out, meaning like 100%.
100%. But can you agree that Lukaku was the main guy to move? I think that was the main thing.
Oh,
a lot of these other guys have been here for a while, so I'm sure they'll move on eventually. I mean, Alonso, you know, Marina is no longer there to keep extending his contract. So these players will not keep extending. They'll just eventually your contract then you have to go, right? So yeah.
I mean, if we look at it, right, she leaves, and then what happens? A day or two later, we sign a good player. I mean, this is a blessing in the sky. Like, the moment she leaves, we're on the right track. I mean, guys, it's not a rocket science. Like, she was the problem all along. I mean, I understand what she did on the financial part, her dealerships, and what she did for Chelsea, putting them on the map financially. But the woman, honestly, she didn't know nothing about football. Like, to this day, as the scouts need to go as well. The same scouts that let go of Kylian Mbappe because he couldn't defend, they need to go. Tad B, I need you to go to those scouts and fire them right now. Tad B, you're doing well, all right? You fired Marina Granovskaya. You bought Rafinha. Now get rid of those bum-ass scouts. If you care about the future of this football club, get rid of those scouts right 100%.
Now. I'm surprised how quickly, honestly, because I thought he would move them on eventually, but it happened so fast. You can tell that things are going on behind the scenes because Czech is gone, Marina is gone, Bruce Bock is gone. You know, the next one is going to be...
in a way, the Champions League stuff that we won was great and everything, but just the signings as a whole, you can see that players are not really taking their game to the next level. That next level of title challenge, that's always been the problem. They're good top 4 players. I think Pulisic is a great top 4 player. Werner is a good... If your aim is to be in the top 4 every year, keep them. But if you want to win the title... Nah, they're not good enough.
They're not good enough.
Top 4 player, but it's that next level. Do you want to compete with Liverpool and Man City, or do you want to compete with United and Arsenal? That's a decision you need to make.
And can I just mention quickly as well? I think that buying top quality players from the same league makes a lot of sense. You know, if you see a quality player that you can, you know, you bring into your club, you can take advantage of the chance. You have to do it. You know. We saw Chilwell, for example. I can't remember too many examples of us doing this recently, but we saw Chilwell.
Liverpool is a great example for
that. Liverpool, Man City. Look at Man City. They brought Sterling from Liverpool. They brought Kyle Walker from Spurs. They brought a few of their players, you know.
Yes. Even Liverpool, the main players, Van Dijk, Mane, Salah. All these guys have Premier League experience. Yeah, so it makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. It really does. You see a player, you know, they're really doing well in this league, which is why I want Declan Rice. And for me, even if you would say, oh, he's not quite good enough to play by himself as a DM, blah blah blah, fair enough. But I think he might be able to grow into it. If you think about the fact that he's only 23 years old, imagine 4 or 5 years from now, what he could be. So I think, especially because Tuchel wants him, from what I've heard, we need to make it happen. We need to go for him.
Not this summer, maybe
possibly. What about this? Is it Milinković-Savić?
I'm hearing SMS Milinković-Savić.
How much is the deal?
The report I'm hearing is Mauricio Sarri wants Emerson Palmieri and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. So Chelsea are only willing to pay 50 million for Savić, the two of them.
No, doesn't Tuchel wants to keep both of those players, so we can't. That's not going to work.
I don't know, but Sarri is pushing the sporting director to close the deal for Emerson Palmieri and Ruben, and both of them are willing to leave.
Nah, it's not happening.
I honestly, I'm trying to think right now, right? I don't want to go off track, but Eric, you brought a great point about buying players or working with players that are proven in this Premier League. Like Conor Gallagher, right, just came over season, a very good season. His first loan at Premier League, right? The guy scored like how many goals? I think he scored like almost double digits. I mean, he's young. He went to a Premier League side on loan to Chelsea, on loan from Chelsea, and he did well. So I get your point, because if we do more of this, right, like Conor Gallagher might actually have. I'm going to put this out there, right? I'm not trying to overthink or anything. Conor Gallagher might bench one of our players. I'm talking about starting players. He might actually do that.
I mean, it depends on where he plays.
Possibility or anything. Like
he's not going to bench anybody in a double pivot.
Wait, do you think Conor Gallagher?
It's looking scary, Mount. It's looking scary.
But I have a question. Do you think Conor Gallagher can be an integral part in a team that wins the Premier League?
No.
Because that's the aim.
I think it's too early to tell. To be honest.
Yeah, it's too early. Yeah. But
he's a kid. I mean, look, I think he showed, like, I think for what his loan was, like, if you told Conor Gallagher and Chelsea fans in general, you're going to have this season for Crystal Palace on loan, everybody would have been like, oh, that's amazing. Yeah, we'll snatch hands off it. We'll take that deal because it was a very good season for a guy who's relatively unknown this time last season. And even for the Cobham hype chain that we love to hype up players like Hudson-Odoi, Mason Mount, Reece James over the years, Conor Gallagher wasn't really getting that hype this time 12 months ago, but now he's coming off a pretty good season, so fair play to him. I think he can come into the Chelsea team and be a decent squad player for us. I think it'll be a good experience for him. I think it'll be a good squad depth for the team because we saw last season when we had injuries to the likes of Kovacic, Jorginho, Kante, Ruben was able to step up on certain occasions, but then we had Saul and he was terrible. And obviously Barkley wasn't trusted, so I think it will be good for Gallagher to come in and fill in one of those spots where we know Tuchel loves the player. He's a versatile, he can play in the pivot. He can play box to box and get goals. So
if we finish the signing of Raphinha and Raheem Sterling, Tuchel wants to play that system he played in PSG in last 3 seasons, where he played the 2-4, the 4-2-2-2 formation. I don't know how he's gonna do it, but that is what he has in his mind that he wants to do. How he's gonna make it, I don't know.
The thing is, Tuchel can play, like, Tuchel may fancy that formation, he might prefer that formation, but for me, I feel like Tuchel's very malleable. Like, he's not married to one system or one style of play. Like, he will adapt himself to the players that he has. Like, Conte has a good saying when he goes to different clubs that the manager is just really a tailor, and he tailors the best suit that fits the person that's there. Like, he tailors his system and his tactics around the actual team that he's working with. Now, for instance, it's funny that Conte is the one who has that quote because he generally just sticks to his method of 3 at the back, counter-attacking football wherever he goes. But with Tuchel, he always adapts himself. He was different from how he was at Dortmund to PSG. And from PSG to Chelsea, he completely changed his game because he saw that he wanted to get these experienced players into the team. He liked what he saw in that first game with Wolves, and he thought, you know what, let me stick with this 3 at the back. And I'm a little bit concerned that he may stick with the 3 at the back next season because, look, for as good as Raphinha, the signing Raphinha is, and potentially Raheem Sterling, that doesn't mean we're going to likely get more goals up front. I still feel like we need one more player in midfield to really have a cohesive attacking team against the teams from 7th to 20th in the league.
Do you have like an example of that player?
I mean, for me, that player is a player that gets goals from midfield, that's able to pick up the ball in the pockets and drive at defenses. Not necessarily being like an amazing dribbler, but somebody that can just be an attacking threat from midfield.
If you get Milinković-Savić, that will change because Savić can do what you said now. He can pick up the ball from the midfield, he can shoot, he can score, he's good on the hair. He can dominate on the hair too. So it's very, very good in terms of passing. Decent passing, can score goals from midfield too. So bringing in Savić is a presence in that midfield where all the players can, we have a presence in that midfield now. So
also, you know the thing forward to, like, I think Mason Mount, with the season he had, he could become what you're saying, because I do think that he had a pretty good season last season. And if he's going to take his game, at the end, it's all these guys taking their game to the next level. If they can step up, and because it's the aim of, like, okay, you want to win the league, like, you want to challenge, you want to have that 1, 2, 3 points difference. If these players need to take their game to the next level, and Mason Mount, I see that kind of player in him. I don't know if he'll do it next season. Maybe he needs more years. It might be too early for him, but it's the main thing is Tuchel. Just let him get his players, let him get what he wants, and Amir Koulibaly now, like, let him just let the guy get his play.
Abdul.
Wait, so before you come to Abdul, I do just want to finish that point because, again, I'm happy that you said it, so I don't have to bury the lead anymore. But the player that I was describing was Mason Mount. Like, that player that we need in the midfield to get goals from midfield, because we got a front three that hasn't got an actual 25, 30 goal season striker that's going to be competing with Haaland, Kane, Nunes for the Golden Boot. We need somebody that's going to also get us goals from midfield, and that player that I was describing is Mason Mount. Now, do I like Milinković-Savić? I think he's a good player. obviously he is in the final year of his contract, so his contract expires in 2023, so he will be leaving. And obviously he's been linked with Chelsea for a long time, so it makes sense that we're hearing these
agent
rumors.
is a former Chelsea player, Nateja, whatever his name is, Kezman, Natmas Kezman.
Matthias Kezman. Oh, interesting. I didn't actually know that. Interesting. Okay. Look, I like the player, but for me, I don't feel like he's a priority signing. I think for a start, he's very similar to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I think the difference between the two is that Milinković-Savić is a better passer, a better forward passer, but then Ruben's a better progressive dribbler. And I think other than that, there's a lot of similarities in their game. Again, both 6'3", strong players, good frame. But it's like, we're going to go and pay 40-50 million for a guy in the last year of his contract. And we already have Ruben here who's happy to be a squad player for us.
But Sarri wants
on his day.
Yeah,
but bro, how many swap deals do we really see in football at the top level? Like, we don't really see it that often. So I doubt it's going to happen, to be honest. But again, just to close up on the point that I was making, it's just that for me, I want to see a 4-3-3 next season. I think, in the big games against Man City, Liverpool, Real Madrid, or whoever in the Champions League, you can go back to the back five, bring in Thiago Silva, hopefully alongside a Koulibaly and maybe a Chalobah or a Colwill, or maybe if we get Koundé or De Ligt, whoever. But I feel like for the other games, it's important that Chelsea play to our strengths. And I think for me, Reece James and Chilwell, as good as they are going forward, they're best as fullbacks rather than wing backs. And I think for me, you have a sitter in midfield, you have your two box-to-box midfielders, and those box-to-box midfielders can be either a combination of Kovacic, Kante, or Mason Mount, or Conor Gallagher, whoever it is. But in Mason Mount and Conor Gallagher, you have guys who can actually get forward and get you goals. Whereas what we have now, if we were to just play Kante, Kovacic as a pivot, and we're playing 5 at the back, and then we have 3 up front, we have Sterling, who, he can get you goals, of course. Obviously, Rafinha, too, can get you goals a bit as well. And then you also have Kai Havertz, and listen, a lot of people are very big on Kai Havertz. I don't think I'm as big as others on Kai Havertz.
This is his year.
But again, not to go on a Kai Havertz rant here, I'm going to just say Kai Havertz is not a 25-30 goal season striker. Everybody knows it, and that's a fact. So I feel like it's important that Chelsea supplement that with goals from midfield.
Another thing with Kai Havertz too is I just feel he's not a specialist at one thing. I can't say one thing that he's great at. Like,
that's fact.
He's not a great passer. He's not a great goal scorer.
I'll tell you what he's a specialist at.
What is he a specialist at?
He's a specialist at being clutch. He is
okay. You have a point there.
I disagree. I disagree. I'm sorry.
We lost 2 finals last. He should have been clutch in those finals too. But yeah, like.
He's not a specialist in being clutch. He's had clutch moments, but he's not like a specialist in being clutch. He has a lot of that. Is a specialist.
Oh no! But come on. Look at his age, man. Look how old he is, man. When he's Drogba's age, we'll see.
Okay, I would say this, right. I agree with I'm not sure who brought it up. Someone said he's not really a specialist at anything. That's very true. But you have to, like, the guy still is young. But one thing we can say about Havertz is, out of the young talents we have, especially up front, he's the most talented by far. It's not even close. Like, if we talk about someone who's versatile, I'm talking about specifically as like footballing ability, like somebody who can play multiple roles in the front three. Like Kai Havertz is by far, like, he proves that he can play on the right side. He proved that he can play as a shadow striker, false 9. I think this is the player I want him to become, and I hope he can become a better version. Is Bobby Firmino. If Kai Havertz can become a better version of Bobby Firmino for, like, let's say our inverted wingers, like, I don't know, like Sterling, for example, I don't see Rafinha becoming an inverted forward in the Tuchel system, because he's not really a goal threat like that. But let's say Tuchel does say, listen, Rafinha, I want you to be the Mo Salah in this system, whatever. Like, I want you to make cut inside runs or whatever, right? I think Kai Havertz will be important in that role. I think he will have the. It makes sense. I think he will be the, but because he's silky, he can do the link up plays. He can do link up plays. He's silky and he can make shadow runs. I think he will be the perfect player, especially in that center place as the center forward or false 9, whatever you want to call it. I think Kai Havertz will be called up for the majority of the season to play that role.
Yeah, Sage, I completely agree. Like, that's something that I've been saying for a while. I feel like that's perfect. That's a perfect role for Kai Havertz, because Firmino wasn't the talisman or like the main player for Liverpool. He was a very important player, part of a great front three, but he wasn't like the be-all and end-all of the team, which is what some people suggest that Kai Havertz should be for us. And for me, again, I'm not sure who it was that said the name. I'm using my phone, so I can't really see that the pages properly. But you made a good point when you said that you're not sure what Kai Havertz is a specialist at. He's not really a specialist in anything.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say he's a specialist in failure like Mourinho said to our boy Wenger back in the day, but I feel like he's very good at link-up play. He's got great movement off the ball, and I feel like any modern-day coach would love to have him in the team because he's good at all the things that you like in a modern-day attacking player, like make a lot of runs, they're quite aggressive off the ball, they press from the front, they're tactically intelligent, all these things, like versatile. Those things are great. But for me, looking at any attacking player, and this is the way I view football, and I've always viewed football like this. If you're an attacking player, for me, there's 3 key components to being an attacking player like that are like great, that set you apart from the rest. And these are 3 key roles that you have to have if you're going to be a top tier attacking player. The first is being a goal scorer, simple as that. Like, you just need to be a goal scorer. If you can shoot, you put the ball in the back of the net. That's important. The second thing is being a playmaker. And this is somebody that can just create chances, create goals just through brilliant ingenuity, brilliant creativity, brilliant passing. That's the main thing. And a playmaker like that is somebody like Juan Mata back in the day for us.
Fabregas.
Like somebody like that. Fabregas. Obviously, he's not necessarily a forward, but Fabregas is a great example of that. In fact, even Fabregas in his time at Arsenal was a great playmaker when he's playing more as an attacker. That's a great example. And then the third thing, so the first thing we had was shooting, the second thing we had was playmaking. And the third thing is being an immense dribbler. Like you're an incredible dribbling threat when you can take goal past 1, 2, 3 players, get to the ball and get a crossing, and your creativity comes through that. So you're more like a let's say like a Robin player back in the day for us when Robin was more like a left winger. He wasn't like a great shooter, obviously, because he was just a winger at the time. He's not necessarily like this amazing playmaker, but he was a dribbler and he would go at players 2, 3, 4, get to the bar line, cross it in. And he was getting so many crosses into the likes of Drogba, Good Johnson, and getting plenty of assists at the time. And then when you look at Kai Havertz now, for all the things that he is good at, because he is a well-rounded player, he's good at many things. He's not particularly clinical in front of goal. We have to be real. He isn't. Like, even his shooting technique, he doesn't ever really get to a point where I feel like he's shooting the ball with that much power that's threatening to goal for me.
Yeah, thank you.
In terms of playmaking, I mean, again, some people have compared him to De Bruyne in terms of passing. I just don't really see it. I feel like his passing's okay. His link-up play is good.
That one crack.
He's not somebody that I wouldn't say that Abdullahi is on crack personally. I wouldn't say that he's on crack on his own stream personally. But
Wait, Abdullahi said that?
You said that, not me. I mean, say you said that, not me. But
I agree with it. I didn't say that I agree with that.
Abdullahi, you did not bring Kai Havertz and Kevin De Bruyne in the same sense when it comes to passing.
I know Kevin De Bruyne is a passer. He's a passer. He's a passer of the ball.
I get it.
See.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm stirring the pot too much. I'm sorry. This is what I do. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But just to finish my point.
Fan of Kai Havertz. Everybody knows that. But I think because he's young, he can always improve on that aspect of that. He can improve on that.
Yeah, and he can improve. And I think maybe in one of these 3 areas, you could reach that level where he's mastered one of these 3 things. Maybe
this year, he has to show up. This year, he has to show up. He has no excuse anymore. This year is Kai Havertz here. He has to show up.
He doesn't. Rafinha's here. Reece James will be fit for most of the season. We hope.
This is Kai Havertz.
You know the thing. You know the point forward brought up. Even if we just have 2 of these qualities, you say maybe we have someone who is great at shooting or someone who is a great dribbler. I think with the defense and with this whole Tuchel system, we actually could get a title by charge and actually compete with Man City and Liverpool. But the problem is for the past, I think since Diego Costa left. Okay, since Hazard left, but Hazard was really lone. It was really him doing everything on his own. But the closest I've seen was Costa and Fabregas, that kind of connection where you see these 2 players or anything can happen. And you the way we played then, it was just it made sense. But now there's a lot of work that has to be done. Tuchel needs to, first of all, they need to give him his player. I feel like Tuchel I like this whole stuff that they're saying he's part of it. Oh, he wants Sterling. Okay, you get Sterling. You want Rafinha or Dembélé, you get whoever you want. So hopefully he can really get what he wants and show us what he's all about, because I believe in this guy. I think he can do.
I want to see that formation they use in Paris. I want to see that formation, the Paris Saint-Germain formation, because what Sage and Forward was saying, that is where Kai Havertz comes in. Because if you play that 4-2-2 formation, that is where you see Kai Havertz. It's not going to even stand as a number that he will come out of the position.
If Havertz doesn't perform, he's going on loan next season, just so you know.
See, I'm saying it right now.
He'll be in
If
the
Havertz
same
doesn't
class as
show up to the
Werner.
level I'm
That's a
looking
stretch,
for,
my brother. That's a stretch.
Relax. He's not going anywhere.
I think
Kai
he's
Havertz
too.
is too
Yeah,
good,
go on.
man. He's too.
Yeah,
Look,
that's yeah.
guys, just need to slow down. Hold on, just dial it back. Just take it. Just take it. I don't know what's the
Last
word.
year we were saying look who's back. See where we are now.
Just
Last
okay.
year we
Okay,
were saying
hold
look
on.
who's back. And you see where we are right now.
Okay.
You know, man, football can
let
change
me
real
come to
quick.
Abdul on this. Abdul, Raphinha. Your take on Raphinha. Abdul, are you there?
Abdul, please come on. You have to be there.
I think you muted this mic.
But who's Abdul? Is it the Barca fan or the Chelsea one?
No. He's a Chelsea fan.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let me talk about Kai Havertz before Abdul comes back. Oh,
we can hear you, but be a little bit audible. We can hear you, but you're a little bit low.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, yeah.
Oh. Is it better now?
It's better now. It's better, yeah.
Is it better now?
It's better, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Big up to everyone. I suppose we're all very excited. And the thing is, I'll put a bit of spin in the whole discussion, really. First and foremost, I was speaking to Kasim on his stream yesterday, and I did mention to him that I'm actually starting to like this Todd Bowley, because I think he's one of those guys that wants to get into the nitty-gritty of everything, every detail of what is happening in the club and how the club has been run before he hands over to maybe a third party to run it on a day-to-day basis. And I think he's more of a person that kind of like drives a hard bargain. And Abdullah, you used to mention something about him being in charge of the Dodgers, and you say he comes across like somebody who is data-driven.
Yeah,
data-driven and data-obsessed.
He has a guy behind him. His name is Daniel Franklin, or whatever his name is. Franklin, or whatever his name is. Daniel something. Lord help me. Continue.
Okay, so the question we should be asking ourselves is, why is he data-driven and data-obsessed? And I think we're kind of seeing the results now. And I think the answer might be he's probably maybe a hard taskmaster, that a kind of owner that will demand a lot, but he isn't really scared of rewarding you or compensating you appropriately. So I think players like maybe Malan Sarr, Ross Barkley might have a few questions to answer before he deals with them. Or possibly maybe we wouldn't be seeing players like that at Chelsea again. That's what I think that is. Another thing with this Raphinha signing, I know we're all very excited, but if I'm to put the question across and say, if Raphinha was like the third signing we are making, maybe if we've got a Dembélé, and maybe if we've got like a Koulibaly and Raphinha comes in at his third signing, our excitement level, will it be this high? I don't think so. So, but the thing is, with this Raphinha, is I watched him quite a few times for Leeds, or I'm always in anticipation to see his level of performance when Leeds are playing. He's one of the players I look forward to see, but I'm only about maybe 60% impressed anytime I watch him play. Like I don't get the satisfaction every time I see him playing for Leeds, and I've tried to watch him a lot of times to see how good he is, because I've seen a lot of. I used to see a lot of highlights about him and what he does. So I really don't know. I really don't know. Maybe he's really up there. Like when Mane was in Southampton, I used to look forward to watch Southampton, and my whole purpose of watching Southampton then was to watch Mane. And every time I came, I always came impressed, and I used to wonder, what will this guy do when he plays for a big team? you know. But with this Rafinha, I don't get that anytime I watch Leeds. You know, I always come out a bit, you know, oh, okay, he's okay kind of thing. But the thing is, last season he had like a double-digit goals, so I think he can score goals in the Premier League. And if he's able to give us like 15 goals next season, I think that's very good. Another thing is because he's a Brazilian, I think a lot of Brazilians are able to step up when they go to a bigger team.
Yeah.
The only Brazilian that I know that didn't really step up when he was under the limelight was Adriano, and we all know he had like, you know, issues with his family background and things like that. But most Brazilians, 7 out of 10, or maybe even 9 out of 10, if they really want to step up when they're in the big stage,
and
they actually.
there's some Brazilian in Chelsea too. When we had, I think Alex was Brazilian, Oscar was Brazilian.
They all deliver when they came to
William
Chelsea.
was Brazilian. They delivered. So
yeah, so I'm not really scared. But if I have to base on his past performance, I wouldn't say I'm that impressed. If I'm going to be, you know, really honest.
Because coming to Chelsea is a big step up for him. It's a big step up than that.
Yeah. I mean, they said Barcelona wanted him.
Yeah, but because of the financial problem, he could not go. And Chelsea was his second option. Yeah,
I would have had the same anticipation in my head if he had gone to Barcelona. That okay, this kid, I know he has the skills, but I haven't been too impressed. But what is he going to do when he goes to Barcelona? You know, I will have the same, you know, anticipation. So I have the same anticipation. If he's able to step up, because he has the technical skills and ability. If he's able to step up, then I think Chelsea will be really rewarded in terms of performances and goals. And he's just coming through. He's only 25. So I hope really he delivers.
No, sometimes it's actually a good thing when you're not that excited, because a lot of people were excited about Ziyech from Ajax, and we all saw how it turned out. So sometimes maybe the fact that you're not excited is a good thing.
Lamp attacks, brother. Lamp attacks.
No,
well, Ziyech was actually good under Lampard. It was kind of a different thing. Because again, Ziyech's system, which is what we found out. But obviously, under Tuchel's system, he didn't really suit it the same. I do want to push back a little bit on the. I personally do want to push back a little bit on the assessment of Raphinha at Leeds. I think it's fair to say that we don't want to see Raphinha come to Chelsea and repeat what he's done at Leeds. I think that wouldn't be good enough. I mean, that's fair to say. And of course, you're stepping up from a team that's mid-table or fighting for relegation to a team that wants to be challenging for the league or Champions League. Of course, it's a massive step up. So we're gonna obviously naturally be a bit cautious as to how he steps up to that new level, where you need to perform week in, week out. And going 2-3 games under the radar at Leeds, nobody really cares. But that happens for Chelsea. It's front page news. So of course we need to see how he steps up there. But at the same time, I feel like, again, with Leeds, they're not a great team. Like, they had a good system on the Bielsa. They have a couple of decent attackers, but really, I mean, look, he was overlapping Rafinha at Leeds. It was Luke Ayling. Like, he's a championship player.
Harrison was helping him out.
Harrison was
he was their left wing. Again, they actually have some decent attackers. Bamford was a good striker. Obviously, he got injured this season. They had Ian Poveda. I think he went back on loan to Blackburn, but I think he was a decent little attacker. Jack Harrison, Daniel James went there from Man United. They have a decent attackers, but in terms of their midfield, again, you got Calvin Phillips. Yeah, Calvin Phillips is a decent DM. Okay, fair enough. He's not the most creative, but a decent DM. In terms of their central midfielders who are meant to be creating for Raphinha, let me just list out the names that I remember for their team. They have Adam Forshaw, average player. Jack Shackleton, extremely average player. Matthias Klick, another average player. They're just all average players. Who did they have in the championship? Really impressive. They're all championship level players. So that's why for me, of course, he's stepping up to a new level. So we need to see Raphinha level up. But at the same time, he's going to be playing with players who are at another level that are going to elevate his game, because he's not going to be playing alongside Kovacic, fully fit Kante, we hope. Reece James overlapping. He's going to have hopefully Kai Havertz performing at a very high level. I may speak a lot, not bad, but I may criticize him a lot. But I still feel like his up and down level is very high. So let's see if he gets there. Obviously, potentially a Raheem Sterling is going to be challenging for places with the likes of Callum Hudson-Odoi, maybe Christian Pulisic. So we'll see if Rafinha can rise to the challenge. And I feel like from what I've seen of him, I think it's fair for Chelsea fans to be confident that he can do that because there's a lot of raw ability in the player.
Yeah, I was gonna say this. Rafinha reminds me of. I don't know. This is like, what was the word to do? Shallow, not shallow, but this is basic to do. Let's just say that he really reminds me of these two players, Mahrez and Rashford, for some reason. Like, especially Rashford. When I look at Rafinha, right, I think he's a more self-aware, better decision maker than Rashford. You see, Rashford doesn't care what time it is, the amount of attempts he he will keep doing what he does, right? Rafinha, on the other hand, he's more of a high risk, high reward type of like player. He will, if he's not on it the first 20 minutes, he will do something different. What I'm trying to say is he's self-aware. He knows his timing and decision making is better than like someone like Rashford, for example. And I'm looking at through these basic stats, like, let me look at these. Like, he's dribbling at like the majority of stats across Europe compared to other wingers. He's like top 5. He's only like second to none to players like Mane, Salah, and stuff, and all those other players like Gnabry. He's up there with those players. Like, I'm talking about every other attribute that's out there. So for me, when I'm really excited. Obviously, we're excited, but like, I don't see how he's going to flop. If I'm being honest, I don't see how he's not going to work at Chelsea. Like, we're talking about a guy who's proven in the Premier League. He's talented. He can come up with multiple. Like, he's smart. His decision making is good. I would say he's not. I would say this. He's not. He needs more discipline when it comes to long passing. He's long passing average. That man cannot create from long range. So it all depends, honestly. But like, I don't see how.
Even at the end, we don't need him to perform at. It's about being a specialist. Like, if he just dribbles and he does that, he's able to create chances. Let him keep on doing that. Like, at the end, you don't really need to be this all-round player that does everything well. And I don't even think that kind of player really exists. So it's about, like, for sure, chemistry. I think that's extremely important in the front three, having like those three guys who, when you look at top teams, you see Mo Salah, you see Firmino, you see Mane. Look at United then with Rooney, Ronaldo, Tevez. Like, I think that chemistry has to be there. I don't know which player it's going to be with, but hopefully, like, Tuchel can pick those three players that are consistent, and those are in the big games you see those three players, and hopefully Rafinha is part of that, because with this money and everything, he should step up for sure and be a main part of the team.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a great point, because again, we're not necessarily asking him to like shut up and dribble, but I think dribbling's a key point of his game, where we're not necessarily expecting him to be a 25-30 goal a season shooter, or to be like this sort of like Lionel Messi type playmaker, because again, to the point that you were just making, there's very few players ever that's actually had all three components that I mentioned earlier, which is amazing shooting, amazing playmaking, and amazing dribbling. I think Lionel Messi was the only one that I've really seen in his prime that had that. I think you've had some players that have had maybe two of the three, I should say. But I thought obviously what we didn't have last season was anybody that was really great at any of those three things. I mean, maybe because Lukaku was a good finisher, but he just clearly didn't fit the team. And in terms of dribbling, nobody really fulfilled that. In terms of playmaking, nobody fulfills that. But with these signings that we're now trying to do under this new Bowley era, obviously Rafinha can be the dribbler in the team. I think Sterling can be the goal scorer in his team in terms of being like a good inside forward goal scorer, because again, we've seen that's really the new meta in football right now. The likes of Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane. Obviously, we've seen over the years of Ronaldo and Messi being those like high output goal scorers from the wing. And I think Sterling in our team could be a guy who maybe gets 15 to pushing towards 20 goals in a season for us.
I'm going to say in the Premier League alone.
Yes, I don't want to put too much pressure.
Guys, one thing I was gonna mention before I finish is I know I wasn't that impressed most of the time I saw him for Leeds, but this guy is better than Mahrez. Sorry, he's better than Ziyech. That's for sure. 100%. I can say that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's not even close. Like, he's more complete.
And one thing is, I think Raphinha is going to be Rafinha when he gets to Chelsea. I don't think we'll be able to say or maybe say from now that he plays like this or he has this time. I think Rafinha he has the potential and the skill to be a Rafinha. The only thing is, and I actually don't even have fear for it because he's Brazilian, is I hope he steps up. You know, if he can step up, then the 60 million we pay can be like a bargain. And I don't really see a reason why he cannot step up, because Chelsea is a better environment to play football than Leeds. So I have no qualms. The only thing is, I have not been, when you anticipate watching a player that are playing for maybe an average team, and you're sort of like thinking, are you the only one watching this guy? What are all the big clubs doing? What I got from Mane, what I got from Van Dijk when it was in Southampton, and some of those players, and players like that came through the route of playing for maybe average teams before they got to the top. I haven't felt it. But
did you get that for Grealish?
Thank you very much. I was actually going to mention that I got it from Grealish. Like, I enjoyed watching Grealish for Aston Villa, but he hasn't stepped up. As it stands today, Grealish is a £100 million flop for Man City. He might change it in the coming season. So that's where the irony is. Thanks for pointing that out. Actually, I was going to say that.
I get what you're saying, but like, let's be honest, Grealish did not go there to start. I know the price tag suggests otherwise, but Grealish he didn't go there to start. Like that's just Man City flexing their money. Like, he's literally a squad depth player. You could say he's their best squad depth player in attack, but I don't think Grealish was going to be a consistent like starter. For example, here's what I also think: Sterling will score more goals at Chelsea, because the guy has consistently, for Man City, scored like 15 plus. There was I think one season we only scored 10 goals in the Premier League. But other than that, he comfortably gets 15 plus goals in the Premier League, and he starts about 28 games, because Pep Guardiola just changes the front three every game. So if he comes to Chelsea, Sterling, and let's say he gets 34 starts. I'm not talking about coming. If he gets 34 starts, the guy comfortably gets 15 plus goals. Comfortably, like, it's not even a debate.
Abdul, how many goals did you think Lukaku would get last season? Was it 25 you said, or?
Relax.
Okay.
Relax.
I think we all should relax.
I had all hope on Lukaku, but he let me down. So I don't want to talk on Lukaku.
I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, I think it's all about style. I thought it's all about like actually fitting, like players fitting in the right environment. Like, I feel like we've seen so many good players go to places. Yeah, I feel like we've seen some players go to different teams and it's just not worked out. It doesn't mean that they're a bad player, but it was just clearly a bad fit. And I feel like, okay, Grealish is a good example, because obviously he went from Aston Villa having a great season, went to Man City, and he's obviously in his first season he's not been great. Yes, they won a league title, but he was not influential in that. They could have won it without him. But you look at what's changed from Grealish from Aston Villa to Man City, is that they're asking him to do a slightly different role. Like with Aston Villa, he was always the ball carrier and making things happen. Whereas with Man City, you've already got players who can do that in De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, Riyad Mahrez. Like, so it's a bit of a different responsibility on the player. And like, his thing is, I get the ball, I slow it down, I win fouls, I dribble. But like with Man City, it's kind of like 1-2 touch. Like, that's their football. So if Grealish has to take 7-8 touches, it's a complete different like transition for him. It's a completely different way of football. So that's why he struggled to adapt. So again, now we come back to Raphinha, again, completely different type of player, but the same principles still remain. If we now ask Raphinha to do something different to what he's been doing at Leeds, then we can have an issue. Because you saw it with Hakim Ziyech. When Ziyech came to Chelsea, and obviously then he changed manager with Tuchel, because Lampard asked him to do what he was pretty much doing at Ajax, and we saw pretty good returns. But then when Tuchel came in, obviously this is a player that he didn't sign. Tuchel's trying to find his own system to get what he wants, which is results. And then telling Ziyech to play as like an inside 10, which he's not really ever done at a high level, like very well. Now you're getting a player that we didn't really sign up for, because that's not the player that we wanted from Ajax. So more of the story is that we wanted Rafinha to do what he's been doing at Leeds for us, but in a better team alongside better players. And then we can get better results. Because Mane at Southampton was doing what he was doing at Liverpool, just now he's in a better team and now he's able to level up. Same with Salah at Fiorentina and Roma, and so many more examples. So it's all about getting the right fit.
That was why I brought up the formation Thomas Tuchel used in Paris Saint-Germain in the twin 4, the 4-2-2-2 formation, because that formation with the Rafinha coming in, with Sterling coming in, and potential other players, that formation suits what Tuchel wants to play.
Abdullah, I'm sorry to cut you. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Abdullah, I'm sorry to cut you. That formation will not work in the Premier League. I'm sorry. I think he used that formation when we played City away. You know what I mean? I find it difficult to actually explain or find words to explain how that formation works, but I can sort of like draw it on paper. Look, if we use that formation all through next season, I mean, he's not even going to try to use that formation all through next season. If we use that formation all through next season, we're going to finish in 10th. That formation is terrible. I don't know who invented that formation.
Think the problem is, I agree with you. I think the problem is it depends on the implementation, how we implement the system, because in Paris Saint-Germain, he used Marquinhos more as a DM to fill in that void for him, because I think he trusted Marquinhos more to play that system for him rather than that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna bring a player like Milinković-Savić, you can play that formation because you have a midfielder where is physical, he can pass the ball, he can also do some tackling. That formation could work because now there's a presence there where if other players go forward, Savić could drop into the back line and support other players beside him. That will work because that was what Marquinhos was doing in Paris Saint-Germain.
I think the 4-2-2 kind of like, it's mainly that the where you're tactically a bit more different, a bit more unique positioning is really the 2-10s. Because in Neymar and Di Maria, you have guys who, they can play on the wing, but they like to roam inside and like create, and that's why they play the 2-10s essentially. Whereas with Chelsea, like obviously next season we're gonna have Rafinha and Sterling. I don't feel like either of them are really guys you want to play in the 10, like and come centrally and then like try and play make. Neither of them really suit that kind of role. I always feel like for me, Rafinha is more a guy who wants to be starting out wide, cutting in, and playing more like the last man rather than playing like with his facing. More like he doesn't want to be really playing facing the goal. Like he wants to be like more coming into the game from the wing. Whereas just Sterling again, same, but he can play more like inside forward. He can be a bit more on the last line, running in behind, getting into crosses and whatnot. I feel like that's his game more. So I think 4 at the back for me is what I want to see. 4-2-2, I think less so. I don't feel like it gets the best out of Sterling's attributes, and certainly not Rafinha. I feel like for me, 4-3-3 is the best fit because you can go get a natural CDM to sit, whether that's going to be Jorginho or stay what we are, we get Declan Rice.
And Kovacic Mount beside them.
Yeah, I think just to end on that point, I feel like you get a natural six, whether that's going to be Jorginho for next season or if we go and splash 150 million on Rice or whatever, right? Get somebody to sit as a 6, then you have your 2 box-to-box mids. And for me, you want one of them to be like, I think, okay, whoever you pick is whoever you pick, right? But I think Mason Mount as one of your 8s, I think that's great because he offers you goals. He offers you that energy, but offers you goals from midfield. Whereas obviously, if it's just Kante and Kovacic just sitting, that can be great for the big games and maybe for many games. But you're not necessarily getting that guarantee of goals from midfield, which is why I think 4-3-3 offers you more goals than what we have currently using the 3-4-3, or people to use a 4-2-2 where you have 2 DMs. Because I think Mason Mount, for me, he can play like as a cam, he can play as a winger, but he's better when he's in a centre midfield role and he can like attack and be box to box. I think that's where you get the best out of this Chelsea team.
I agree. King Black, Rafinha.
Rafinha, yeah. You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, yeah. Man, I was so excited when I heard this news. As soon as I saw it, like I was on a Twitter space and I was like, wow. Well, I have my skepticism as usual on every player, but for this guy, one thing that stands out about him is his tenacity. Like that's why I think City signed Calvin Phillips as well. If you make that Bielsa squad, that Bielsa team, the tenacity of someone that runs around in that type of formation. I swear we played against Leeds in a certain game. I think we beat Leeds. Was it Tuchel's first season, and our players won out. Like if you remember that game where they said we covered the certain kilometers, and it was like, you remember that game? Our players, we had like 4 players that got worn out in games. Like some of them got injured, the ones that got tired, they had fatigue, and we became poor. You get like the way they run around, and it's this guy orchestrates the attack. No one else. Like This guy is like he's carrying the whole Leeds team at his back by himself, taking all the corners or the free kicks, stepping in and like he's not hiding. He's never hiding in games. It's one of the reasons I'm like, wow, this guy there's a baller in there. Like even in the Brazil team, you see the way he plays, and in front of goal, he's actually not shy to take a shot anytime. And you know what? There's something about him. He never gets his head down. He never puts his head down. You know when you miss a chance and you not put your hands on your head and all. No. He doesn't do that. Just carries on with his game and try again and does it again. Like his tenacity is second to none. You know, and you know, if you add that to his ability as well and the things he can improve, you know, in the proper system, that he could actually improve the system as well. Like, I think it's going to be a good signing. I don't even care how much it costs, though. Everyone is talking about price. To me, I think it's 55 million
plus add-ons close to 65 million.
Yeah, and if they never put the add-on, if they said 55, we would have believed it was 55 anyway. So if we signed the Lukaku for 97, and this guy is available for 65, any day, anytime, I would rather have two of these guys than have one.
That's what the market is saying now. So we have to
hindsight. Yeah. But all this is hindsight, though. Let's not do like last year.
See, I don't even care about hindsight or not. This guy's tenacity, forget. He's not going to come into Chelsea team and start tying his shoelace or something. He's ready to play. When you see this guy play, he rolled his shot. He pulled. I don't know how come you find him dirty after 20 minutes. Like he's if you want him to work, he'll work. If you want him to do this, he'll do. Like he's that type of player. I think he's the player that is going to be perfect for Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel is going to really like this guy. He's going to really like him. I think he likes players with sauce and that can put in work as well. And I think it's not a finished product yet, because with the Chelsea, the better team that has a better defense than the Leeds team. All he has to do is just follow his man, or you understand, and get the ball back and just follow a certain pattern. I'm not sure it's going to be difficult for him, honestly.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Vilton.
Yo, guys, I've got to go quickly, so I just want to say my goodbye to you guys. But again, great show, guys. Thanks for having me on, Abdullahi.
All right.
Hopefully we're doing another stream soon where we're celebrating the signing of another top centre back. Hopefully, so yeah.
No
it's looking like
that Neymar's coming, boy. Neymar's coming.
Koulibaly is coming.
Relax.
I'll take it.
Your Brazilian brother.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Take care, bro.
Take care.
Vilton, Raphinha, your Brazilian brother.
Man, I don't know how should I feel about this, man. I really don't know, because there are reports that he was going to go to Barcelona, but
We can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
No, you're a little bit low. We can't hear you, bro.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but you're too low. Maybe you're not speaking with the mic.
Am I too low?
Yeah. You're good now.
Yeah. I think it's a good signing for Chelsea personally, but because when you're losing the likes of Ziyech didn't really became impactful as Chelsea fan thought he was gonna be. Pulisic is very in and out of the team. Timo Werner isn't that dynamic. He's mostly a very direct player. But Raphinha has that dynamic in him and plus he has flair that comes with it. And plus you desperately need a right winger too, because you're losing Ziyech, so you have to go in for Raphinha. I don't think he's worth 60 million euros, honestly. I think his price value maybe is at 50 million euros or 45, but we know in today's market now players are overpriced, especially when they're coming from the Premier League. So no matter what player you're gonna get, they're gonna overprice it. But I just pray to God, man, you guys will ruin the guy before the World Cup, man. I just pray to God.
No, Vilton, I have to say I agree with you, man. This Chelsea curse, man. Let's be real. Those front players.
There's nothing like Chelsea curse, man.
It's mainly strikers.
There's nothing like Chelsea.
To be fair, it's mainly striker because Hazard was very good at Chelsea. But I
Okay,
just
tell me,
hope that
tell me more wingers that were very good at Chelsea.
Oscar was good.
Oscar was decent, right?
Damien Dorf, Arjen
What about
Robben, a
William?
lot of
William?
players good.
Oh, you see
William
where we're
decent?
going? We're going to Damien Dorf. You see where we have
We've
to
been
go?
making
Bro, Damien Dorf was good, man.
Oscar, Hazard,
Andy Cole,
We've not been recruiting
William
rightly.
was pretty good, right?
Come on.
William was decent.
We've been recruiting terribly.
No,
William was good.
At Chelsea, though, right?
Pedro
He
was good
right?
as well.
Pedro
was good. Malouda was great.
Vilton, you know the thing I'm talking about? I'm consistent. You know, when Hazard was good, every season he was good and getting better. Chelsea haven't had wingers who they would have maybe one good season and then back to their old self.
We have been recruiting trash. I can tell you that for sure.
No.
The scouts see Stevie Wonder on nights.
No,
the scouts see Stevie
you
Wonder on
actually
nights.
answer my question here, which is that there has been, like, let's be real, there has been some kind of curse when it comes to forward players. We don't have consistent forward players, like compared to Liverpool, compared to the competition, compared to Man City. You don't have week in, week out players who are ready to turn up anytime, any day. So hopefully Raphinha can break that curse.
I believe if we actually signed Mahrez, it would have balled for us. It would have turned up like it would have worked no matter what. You understand? It's just the quality and the type of players we've been signing. Like, really, like if we actually did a proper scouting game to game on these players, most of those players we bought, we wouldn't have bought them. Like, we wouldn't have gotten them at all.
Chris, let me hear from you. Chris, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm good.
Well,
Hope everyone's well. Look, this is great news in terms of Rafinha. Obviously, another player turning down Arsenal. You love to see it. Obviously, this player's got ambition. Yeah, this player's got ambition. He wants to win trophies. He wants to play for a big club. That's why he's leaving Leeds. That's why he turned down Arsenal, because Arsenal are not a big club. He's went to the best club in London. He's went to the biggest club in London, and he wants to win. And you know what? This is the first sign of Tuchel getting backed. Because look, let's not get it twisted, yeah. Rafinha was a Tuchel target, and there was obviously talk with Arsenal, talk of Barcelona, blah blah blah. So then Bowley's obviously realised, okay, look, this is a Tuchel target. Let's go get him like that. Let's get him signed. Let's get him a Chelsea player ASAP. And it's happened. Now they've got the time to focus on Raheem Sterling. Now they've got time to focus on potentially Koundé, Dembélé, De Ligt, and obviously potentially Declan Rice as well. So this is a great start,
Chris,
lad, yeah?
I've got a question, Chris. I've got a question. So you said this was a Tuchel signing. He wanted Rafinha.
Yeah, I believe it was, yeah.
I'm not lying. Disagreeing with that. I don't think that's not true. But what about the links with Dembele? Was that not real, or was this not his number 2 choice, or what was that? What do you think?
Tuchel probably wants both.
Okay, so just answer the question, right? In terms of Dembele, it's a bit of a sticky situation because to me, Dembele seems like he wants to stay at Barcelona, but I don't think Barcelona are willing to pay the wages that they can because due to the financial issues they have. But for me, I still think we'll get Dembele. I reckon we'll get. I mean, I know that it seems a bit extreme to get Sterling, Rafinha, and also Dembele. But I think Dembele is a player that Tuchel wants, is a player that Tuchel highly rates. So for me, I just think Dembele's just waiting until his contract runs out. And I don't know why he's not signed a pre-contract, but it's just up to him as a player. But I reckon we'll get Dembele as well. I reckon Dembele's a done deal. But
I hope you're right, man.
That's
I
that.
hope
We'll
you're right.
see what happens.
Chris, you're telling me Dembele, Rafinha, and Raheem Sterling?
Abdullah, we need sauce.
No. But if you actually listen to what Bowley wants,
I don't want to do him, guys.
Bowley wants to back Tuchel. Tuchel. So.
Okay, I agree with that. I said this. Me and Abdullah were talking about this in the first hour and stuff. The first couple of minutes, we said how complicated it would be if we bought Sterling and Rafinha. Like somebody's gonna get sacrificed. Like especially if Tuchel keeps playing the back 3. Think about this. If Tuchel next season plays the back 3, and it looks like, and let's say Sterling is done, right? Sterling, Rafinha. We have those 2 players, new 2 players. Either Havertz or Mason Mount is not going to start. So it wouldn't make sense to add Dembele to that already. It just would not add up.
But it would no, it doesn't. No. Well, it does make sense though because there's a player that Tuchel wants, and it's also a player. As I said before, Bowley's also, backed. What he said. he said he wants to back Tuchel. Tuchel is the point of priority. That's probably why the main reason why Marina and Bruce Buck and Petr Cech was leaving, because they weren't willing to fulfil Tuchel's wishes. And this is what I'm saying. If Tuchel wants Dembele, it's a free transfer. Yeah. It's just the wages that are an issue.
It's a no-brainer. And if you even look at it with what you're saying, with the whole, you don't want Dembele playing week in, week out.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
I don't know, mate.
Like,
I don't know.
It's how many subs are we have in the Premier League?
Five.
Come on,
5 subs.
Like, come on, there's space for everyone there. Like,
Yep.
Well, so would you not be happy with Dembele signing?
Oh, I would love it, man.
I would be happy, man.
I would love
I
it,
think,
bro.
you know, it's not.
What?
It's a no-brainer.
That's a
No
dream
brainer.
signing. That's
What?
a dream signing.
No, the thing is, this Chelsea team needs sauce. We need dribblers. We need creators. We need that creative, like, that front three. Like, we need someone who can do something.
And Tuchel,
see, we are replacing Ziyech, Timo Werner, and Lukaku with Rafinha, Dembele, and Sterling. Are you kidding?
Massive upgrades. Massive.
Yeah, and that's Tuchel's style of play too.
That's his
I still can't believe it.
That's always been Tuchel's
Werner
style
can
of
always
play.
go to the.
Yeah, that's how he likes to play.
Yeah,
He doesn't,
because he loves
doesn't
dynamic
cross.
winger.
He just
at
loves
Dortmund-
dynamism, just intricate passing
at
and movement. That's
Even
it.
at
Run.
I don't want to bring up
Dortmund, he
Neymar,
had
but even
Dembele
when he
and
talked about
Pulisic.
Neymar, he was always like, at the end, you don't want to tell your players everything to do. Like, you want that individuality. Quite all right. You have structure, you have rules, but there also has to be that time where they make something for themselves and actually do
That
whatever.
space.
Yeah. So and these players don't have that. The ones we have.
Dortmund, he had Dembele, Pulisic, Emi Moore,
Aubameyang.
Aubameyang. He had creative like wingers and stuff like that. And
I wanna,
And at PSG, he had Neymar and Mbappe. At Chelsea,
Yeah.
he had Timo Werner and Ziyech to work
Still
with.
won a
I
Champions
want to
League,
ask you guys a question. I want to ask everyone a question, right? I get the whole system thing, but I'm trying to think. I'm trying to look back how Chelsea performed when they were healthy. I'm talking about a healthy Chelsea team in a back three. When Chelsea were healthy and Ben Chilwell didn't get injured, we were leading in the Premier League for a whole month. I'm not talking about 1 match, 2 match, for a whole month by 5 to 6 points right before Christmas. So, and we were doing that with these bricks at attack. So I'm thinking, if Tuchel gets the better attackers, like for example, Raheem Sterling, Raphinha, Dembele, let's say he gets them, does he really need to change the system if he already knows that if he gets better personnel and better talent in the attack, because the attack was the main problem at Chelsea Football Club, is we have bricks, we don't have creators, we don't have dribblers, and most importantly, we don't have finishers. So in Tuchel's mind, he's probably like, okay, hold on, I don't have defensive problem issues. When Chelsea is healthy, I have one of the best defensive team in the world, like no debate. Top 3 and defensively.
Well, yeah, when we had defenders, mate, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, right, he's probably thinking, I'll just replace the whole attack. I'll just get 3 new attackers and we'll be right back challenging. So it would make sense. I wouldn't have a problem him keep playing the front 3 if it meant we play better football up top. I have no problem with that.
Well, you guys know what's fun, and you know what's funny is Tuchel is not Diego Simeone. Some people are always talking back at the back three. Like Tuchel is not Diego Simeone. Is formation flexible? How do I say it? Like he's just so flexible. He just sees what's in front of him and he's like, okay, how do I change this? Okay, in the second half, we're finding it hard to break this. He's just that type of person, and so he has seen that this set of players, this crop of attackers, if I just keep playing 4-3-3, it's going to be as if I'm playing 3-man down, because those 3, they are either not working hard, they are bad at ball controlling the ball, they cannot dribble, and once they receive the pass, they give it back. So if I play 4-3-3 with these players, it's like having 3-man down, and so
In terms of the question, when I think of the lack of finishing at Chelsea, it's been a major issue last season, I think back to the 2 cup finals we played against Liverpool. Okay, so the FA Cup, where Mason Mount the League Cup where Mason Mount hits the post. Yeah, I mean Lukaku got a goal wrongfully disallowed. Okay, all hands up. That's out of our control. But in terms of the chances that Mason Mount got, he hits it wide and then hits the bar. It's like you can't do that. If you're a Chelsea player and you're in that position and it's a cup final, you need to be putting that ball in the back of the net. So that's just. I'm just talking about the cup finals. Obviously, there's been tons of games last season where we should have been in front or we should be equalising in terms of that. So for me, mate, yeah, to answer the question, the lack of finishing has been embarrassing. Lukaku doesn't want to be there. I'm glad that he's been offloaded to Inter on a loan. Mason Mount's lack of finishing is worrying. He makes all the, creates all the chances and blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to putting the ball in the back of the net, you can't rely on Mason Mount.
Really? You pick out Mason Mount out of the whole thing for lack of finishing?
Well, I mean, yeah, because he's not getting the ball in the back.
You know what's
No.
even funny?
Come on,
you know what's
guys.
crazy? You know
I'm
what's
sorry,
crazy,
so-
guys?
So
You know
what
what's
did I?
crazy?
Okay,
Yeah.
so whoever just said that, yeah. So am I wrong in terms of Mason
Hey,
Mount's lack of
it's
finishing?
Sam, yeah, Sam.
What's up, bro? What's up, bro?
Yeah,
How you doing? How you doing, bro?
Man,
Long
you came
time.
to talk bowling, right?
Straight up,
Okay.
bro. Straight up. Straight
A lot
up.
of OGs.
I see you. I see you.
And you know what's even crazy? Like, even the games you know what's annoying is the fact that the 19 points that Man City actually used ahead of us was so many draws. We had like how many draws? Unnecessary draws. Like a Burnley game where we could have scored like 7 goals.
Abdullah, can you show like this Chelsea stats and see all the players with their appearances? Because I just find it weird that we pick Mason Mount from last season for goals. When
Yeah, I was
there
gonna
were
say
a
that.
lot of players.
No. I never know.
We
I
had
never
a lot
know.
of
Don't
players
misquote me.
that
Don't
we
misquote me.
should.
I never picked on Mason Mount. I was just using that as an example in terms of lack of finishing because it was clear cut. Because it was a final. Mason Mount had the pressure. He couldn't handle the pressure. I'm not saying that Mason Mount's the worst finisher at Chelsea because he's not.
No.
But the fact is, in that time, and the pressure was on, he couldn't do it. So,
No, I get what you're saying. It's just that at the end, football is 11 players. I think Mason Mount
100%,
played his part
100%.
last season, and there were a lot of players that did nothing. There were,
You have to
especially in
remember-
that front three, there were a lot of players who did nothing.
You see,
We have to
the
remember,
most
Mason-
annoying was even Pulisic. Like, you're not doing anything and your family is complaining online. You know what?
Oh my
okay,
God.
no, I just want to ask everyone's thoughts on Pulisic, right? What's your thoughts on him? Like, what
He
do you
needs
think?
to.
American
He needs to stay in
endorsement.
hospital.
We
He
need
needs
to
stay-
use his money to fund the wage of Dembele.
Yeah,
We
Yeah,
need to
I
use
think
his
he- I
money.
think he needs to go. To be
I
fair.
think
We
the
need to
goal
use
was
his
really
money
bad.
to help Ronaldo beat the case in America. I think that
Oh
would be
wow.
more useful.
Wow. No. I want to ask everyone's. I don't want to ask everyone.
Because I don't understand why Pulisic exists as a footballer. What does this guy do? He's injury prone, and
Well, I wanna
he
ask everyone
dribbles
the same
looking
question
down.
then.
I mean,
I want to ask everyone the same question. What about Hudson
I beg
Odoi?
up.
What about Hudson Odoi?
Loan
He's a Coban boy.
He
Yeah,
is
but
the
come on,
English
it's not good
version
enough,
of.
mate. It's not good
loan to Brighton. Loan to Brighton.
He's the English version of Pulisic. Watson. We should use his money to free Greenwood.
Oh, come on, mate. Oh, wow.
You know the thing with Hudson Odoi too. I think he skipped some steps. I think the way Gallagher came into this team is, or will come into the team is the way Hudson Odoi should have. That go on loan, learn your trade, play in a lower team, try and be their main guy, try and be important in a smaller team. He didn't have all that. So, yeah.
What are we saying? Are we retaining 3 as the endorsement for next season? Because I want to see that Trivago. I want to see a beautiful jersey on these boys. Like, I want to see this number 3.
Yeah,
Is it number 3?
Yeah, number 3. Yeah.
That jersey is awful. The same design, right?
Yeah, the same design, but different design, but the same name. But the only one, the only one that's fine.
Imagine Neymar wearing 3.
No, their away jersey is beautiful. The away one is fine.
I'm gonna go, guys. Take care. See you next time. See you.
Okay. Thank you, Sage. Ogayemi, Rafinha.
That's the way. Forget that that this guy is calling Blue Eyes always called. This is he is. Oh no, Rafinha is. See, I know it was between Rafinha and Dembele, but mine, no way am I choosing Dembele over Rafinha though. I know people will say Dembele is more experienced, but Rafinha brings back that street football. You know, that's what we need. We need that street baller in our team that can make the difference, that can open up defenses, that people will actually have to dedicate a man to mark and create space for other players, right?
Yeah.
To do the damage. That's what we always needed.
I mean, preach.
It was so bad that Chelsea did not have all the teams that played us just sat back and said, you know what? We know you cannot dribble. You You know,
Yeah.
we know you cannot do anything more than just pass,
Pass back. Yeah.
sideways, backwards, sideways. I will keep forcing you guys to pass backwards. And guess what? Those teams this season,
They had
no,
it.
bro.
They are in
We are
trouble, bro.
eating them. We are going to eat them for good. Like, that's going to be the difference maker in that final third. And, you know, him with Havertz and Sterling together, that front three is looking very deadly. It's looking like it's a fluid front three. You know, it's a front three that can move around everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, it's going to cause a lot of defensive problems too. And let me not lie, right? You know, this Raphinha acquisition, which I think hopefully wraps up tomorrow, it's gonna kickstart. It's gonna kickstart a lot of buys, man. Chelsea. Now, guess what? You know, players, of course, Ziyech is gone, right? I think Werner. If we get a good,
one of them will go.
yeah, if we get a good, you know, request for Werner, or, you know, I think we'll cash in on Werner. And
Juventus wants him, but the problem is Juventus wants him and Jorginho, or Pulisic and Jorginho.
No, we won't sell Jorginho.
It's one of
them. Yeah, we can't sell Jorginho until we buy I think
the replacement.
Milinković-Savić.
That's what we are looking to replace Jorginho with.
I think that's the So even if that's why I think.
But I don't think Juve needs Jorginho anyway.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But Allegri said they want him though.
No, they have nine midfielders. Though. You want me to name them for 9?
No, I see a lot of them actually going on loan. If we get Milinković-Savić, that for sure is a marquee signing right there, because he's a complete midfielder, right? Him and Kovacic will be that double pivot. I think people say we'll play back three. I think next season we'll play a very fluid system. I don't even think what we see on paper is what we're going to play next season, according to Tuchel. I think most of these players I'm seeing him acquire are players that can play multiple systems.
Multiple players,
they're multiple. And these guys are more deadly and more as difference makers compared to the team he has currently. He's buying difference makers. If you watch the players that we're linked to, every player is a player that can actually make the difference in a game. You're getting Rafinha, you're getting Sterling. We're linked to Milinković-Savić. We're linked to Koulibaly. I know we're linked to Koundé or Ake. Well, I want to say that delete deal, I don't see it happening. I think that deal is in the water.
Yeah, because the amount of money they're getting, so Chelsea just want to.
Yeah, they don't want swaps anymore. So Juventus is communicating.
They want straight 100 million.
Yeah, they want 100 million pounds. That's not possible. Nobody's going to give you 100 million pounds, bro.
Juventus are mad.
Like, delete? Is it that? It's not that. It's not invincible.
I personally feel this Koulibaly would just be the perfect.
Yeah,
Koulibaly, Koundé.
They should rush it. They should really rush it.
No, Fabrizio said the negotiation is going between Chelsea and Koulibaly's agent. It was
because you can get Koulibaly and Koundé for 80 million pounds. Yeah, so makes total sense.
Actually, I don't even mind Koulibaly and Ake. Like at the end, Koundé, that's good.
No, they're both left.
I think Koulibaly.
I think
they're both left-footed.
Yeah, they're both left-footers, right?
We have
I want Koulibaly and Koundé because they complement each other, and they are both African brothers too, man. They
Koundé is African.
Man. Yes, he's from Benin Republic, from Cotonou.
Really?
Yes, from Cotonou.
Oh.
Yeah, Koulibaly is Senegalese, although he was born in France. But the thing is, I think
Rafinha, they both speak French. That's true.
Yeah, they both speak French with Mendy. Mendy speaks French too.
Mendy speaks French too.
Yeah, so that just gives you.
That would be a solid 3, solid 2 or 3. Anyway.
And this guy that we're trying to buy also the right back, that will help.
That will help Reece James.
The close guy.
That close guy is good.
French. Yeah, he's also good. He's French speaking. He can run. He can dribble. He can, he can drive the ball forward. So if you look at all the players that we're looking for, all the things that Tuchel complained about last season, he has a solution with these players. That he's acquiring. He always said, "Oh, I wish I could get a midfielder that can shoot, that can dribble, that can actually create." Now he's going for Milinković-Savić. He always wanted someone that could dribble in the final third and actually create. He has Rafinha. Now he's also having Sterling. You know, and I won't be surprised they keep Broja. People say they might sell Broja. I think they keep Broja and they just, you know, they make
we'll keep Broja.
I think they transition Broja, you know, slowly, especially if we're losing Werner. But
I mean, who needs to leave? Like, who needs to leave?
I think Werner. I think if
Werner Lukaku Ziyech.
Yeah, if there's a good offer for Werner, I think he's gone.
What about Pulisic?
And I heard this guy wants him back. The guy in Bayern Munich.
Dortmund.
No, Bayern Munich.
Nagelsmann.
Nagelsmann. Yeah.
But his wages
Nagelsmann wants him back, but it's wages thing, right?
Yeah, I think they might be able to lower his wages. If they lose Lewandowski, they might go for Timo Werner. If they lose Lewandowski,
I don't think anybody will go. I think Lewandowski they put 60 million on him.
No, Barca they said they will agree. They said they need to come out. They said
you know the funny thing, Barca are just going to give the Frankie the young money to.
Yeah, exactly.
Just basic trade. Just
exactly. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And if they get Lewandowski, wow, that's a difference maker right there.
I think if they get Lewandowski and they keep Ousmane Dembélé.
Yeah, they'll keep Ousmane. I think Ousmane Dembélé is staying back. I don't think he's good. I don't see it.
Doesn't make sense anymore.
But they actually put a final offer of a reduced wage. Are they going to go back with another offer?
I don't know, but it depends on Musa Sissoko is his agent. At the end of the day, I see Dembele staying back at Barca. What
they're offering him is very small. Even Fabrizio said that they're offering him 6.5 million plus one add-on.
But
1.5 million.
He's coming to Chelsea, bro. He's coming to Chelsea.
He's not coming to Chelsea. I think
we need the squad.
Barca will be able to free up some space. I don't know,
because Musa Sissoko's agent said what they're offering Dembele doesn't like it, that it's too small. If they don't hope his deal, he will be a free agent by Friday.
Oh, and then guess what? When Alat no hit by Friday, no hit again next week Friday, Bobo go find club.
Yes, now.
So it's possible.
That's what I want him at Chelsea, bro.
Why do you want Dembele at Chelsea?
First of all, Man City has Grealish, Mahrez, and Foden playing on the wing. There's nothing bad if I have Sterling, Raphinha, and Dembele playing as our wingers. So if one is on the bench,
who will you sell?
It's already there. Thibaut Werner, Lukaku, Ziyech,
Hudson-Odoi.
Pulisic is there.
Pulisic can actually rotate in between. It's 5 substitutions now.
Yeah, 5 substitutions. Yeah.
So why should we go on the bench and we will have only midfielders left or Odoi? We will only have Odoi on the bench.
Okay. You have a point though, because there's no Lukaku, there's no Ziyech, and there's no Werner. So that's 3 players you need to replace.
And we are not even paying any signing on bonus. Just pay this guy wages and let him play.
Abdullah, do you know this girl?
And we are playing like 65 games to 70 games.
X-Grims. She was saying something about Koulibaly though today.
Yeah, I saw it. She said Koulibaly's agent was already in London today. So
no, not Koulibaly. I mean, Ousmane Dembélé.
He said he agreed to sign for Chelsea in the last minute.
No, she said something like Chelsea gave him a contract. Basically,
we actually gave him.
She said Chelsea offered him, I think, is it 8.5 towards 9.5 something? Everything close to like 12 or 10 to 12.
No, it's not up to that amount.
Let me check.
I think it was 8.88 million euros that we offered him. And Barcelona added they gave him 6 million or nothing. 6 million euros or nothing. They gave him a reduced wage. So which one is he going to go for? Or is he going to go to Qatar? He knows our offer is still on his table now.
Who is that? Is it Dembele?
Dembele, yes.
Yeah, we offered him a contract. I think was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
So I think the contract we offered him doesn't beat the Barcelona offer. So it's not up to him to choose what he wants to do. Right?
No, our contract beats Barcelona's offer. That's what I'm saying.
Our contract, but he doesn't meet what he wants, right?
What he wants, yes.
So why don't you want to choose Chelsea? Is he dumb?
The thing is, we are waiting for him now.
Chelsea's waiting for
He
you.
has turned himself to a king now that we have to be waiting.
No, and also, living in Barcelona is quite different from living in London.
He's not serious.
That's sunshine.
That sunshine in Barcelona is prime, though. Yeah.
Bruh, I'm enjoying it right now, man. I can testify.
Oh, you did Barcelona? Oh.
No, I'm living in Spain at the country, so I know the sun.
Oh no, Spain is beautiful. Yeah, Spain has that sunshine.
The weather, man.
So like,
the weather is so nice. You can
so you
go
get,
out. There's a beach
we need the
almost
quality
everywhere.
in attack. If you look at Liverpool's attack, they have until Mane left, they had Diaz, Mane, and Salah in the same attack.
But let me say this, King Black.
There's nothing.
If Chelsea brings Dembele, Sterling, and Rafinha, can we win the title?
We can. I used to tell people we can win the title with Reece James and Ben Chilwell fit all season, with Koulibaly and Koundé. There's nothing stopping us now.
No, but I think you made a good point with this. You can't play Reece James and Chilwell all season. So
if you are bringing in Zinchenko, I saw a link on Zinchenko.
Oh, bro, nice one. True, that's Zinchenko.
If you are bringing in Zinchenko, that means Chilwell doesn't have to play all games. That means Zinchenko is good now. He can even play as a midfielder. The guy is good. Even for
the guy actually, do you know the guy is actually a midfielder and Pep converted him to a fullback?
Yeah.
And the reason why he wants to leave Man City is because he wants to play as a midfielder.
Wait. So okay, you see a transfer window. If we end this transfer window and we got Koulibaly and we got Koundé, and you have Ousmane Dembélé, you have Sterling
and Savić,
you have
Savić in the midfield.
No, win the league now.
I think that's a lot though.
No, win the league. No, Sam. The way we are going, it's a rebuild, man. We're almost switching our first 11.
And also, Emmy, let's be real. Tuchel hasn't had his squad. Like
this is going to now be his squad.
Yeah, he needs his squad. Bro, he needs his 11 players.
Yeah. As soon as they came in, do you know what happened? As soon as Tuchel came in, that we beat Man City 3 times in a row. You know what happened is the team subjected to his idea immediately. Like if we actually play to his idea and to his strength, and
these
players were on it all season, I swear we would have just gone on that same run. Continue. If we never signed Lukaku and Chilwell never got injured, Kovacic, all these injuries, we didn't have a replacement. If all those things never happened, man, we could have stayed stronger. We could have been stronger, much stronger than that.
Yeah,
look at all the
draws. We
had like 10 draws.
Let me keep scrolling down.
If we get these players that we're talking about, bro, Man City will be pissing in their pants.
I swear. And you know what's funny?
We now have the team to go consistent 15 games, 17 games without dropping points. Yeah. If we get these players, these are all warriors. These are people that they bled so many times. They know what it is to win a league, what it is to
And why I want Dembele as well is there are some games that Raphinha is not on it. There are some games that Sterling is not just on it today. And we don't want to. We don't want to be bringing Mount to play the wings at that time.
In those kind of games, you can't have Savić and and Havertz actually cook. So you always have a combination that will cook.
And then if you want to look at the bench and see, okay, you bring Ousmane Dembélé with his creativity.
I think it shouldn't be that down though. I'm surprised I haven't seen it yet. Maybe she removed it.
I'm looking at Dembele. He tweeted about Dembele, but I saw it.
Can you search?
We have to cook, man. We need to cook.
I think Todd Bowley got angry because of what people started saying. Like Chelsea doesn't have clout. We cannot attract players. We cannot. And that's where all these things started.
Oh man, at the end, it's hopefully they can just get those defenders because I think that part.
I think I'm glad that
we actually dropped some points, and it was so funny. Like Man United, Burnley, Brighton,
Man United. Leeds. No matter the squad, I don't think we can ever beat that team. I don't know.
Did you see Kai Havertz's chance?
No, do you know? Can you remember the last time Chelsea beat United in the
It's
Premier
been
League?
long ago. The last time was under Conte, that 4-0 in Stamford Bridge.
But nobody was actually opening them up and all that. Like we're just trying to pass.
No, I think the last time was
them.
2016.
Yeah, that's true.
2016 November.
But all those records are meant to be
Rafinha
broken.
Sterling isn't
Oh,
helping
they
you
are.
close.
They are. They will close that 19 points. They will. They will.
All those records are meant to be broken. Though. Once you have the right players,
they will close that 19
team,
points, and guess what? They will actually help us win games. Which will help us, And then you also have another defender coming in, Kunde, and you have a midfielder in Savić. And then you have that right back that you're bringing, or they bring.
Yeah, like
no, bro.
It's a serious window.
You're looking at almost a brand new team that is ready to actually fight and compete. This will elevate the levels of the existing players.
Yeah, it will elevate levels of Mason Mount,
they are
Gallagher, and the rest.
Like, bro, they now know that.
And in some matches,
chance.
And in some matches, you doesn't need to play those front for. Just play some of maybe like Mason.
Yeah, you can mix it up. He can mix it up. He can manage his squad to be strong in February, right?
To get them
from February
and to unify as well.
May, which is where we've kind of been weaker, in the past few seasons. From that period,
we can even go find the UCL. We can go find the UCL.
Yeah,
because we have more different makers in the UCL.
With this very lackluster squad, we got to the quarterfinal. With a more solid squad that has.
We almost beat Madrid with Alonso.
We beat them in Belleville,
winner.
Yeah. So I don't. I just pray everything just goes according to plans, and we actually.
I pray, man.
Massa, good bed. Plus your negative energy. We don't like Premier League. We want champ.
Who is Massa?
Oh, he said he wants to go to bed. Plus a negative energy. We don't like Premier League. We want you to
whatever.
We want both, though. We want both.
Why do I think Liverpool is going to be weaker? Like, why do I have that feeling? Is it arrogance?
I have that feeling too.
Why do I have a feeling that Liverpool is just going to be significantly weaker, especially in front of goal, or scoring goals or winning games? You know,
I have that.
Maybe because of money or something. I just feel like it's going to be in between Chelsea, Liverpool to compete with City to win the league or something like that.
I
just have
because
a feeling.
The funny part, when people talk, I just look at people and laugh. You know what I said? Because when I said Arsenal can sign as many players as they want, as long as you have Mikel Arteta, you cannot compete with Conte, Tuchel, Pep, and Klopp. You never win because you don't have that no hands as a manager to go toe to toe with them. You can never win. You will get beaten because he doesn't have that ability. And
one thing is, I want to beat all these small teams. I don't want to draw. I don't want to draw anyone. I hate to draw all these small teams because all those things takes points. It just takes points. It snatches 2 points away from you. If you draw 3 times, you have lost 9. You have lost 6 points or something like that. It's crazy. We drew against Everton. It was so poor. Everton's side was so poor.
And we played them in the first match.
If you add all those points together, we'll just be 5 points away or something.
So that Everton game, we had to help Lampard out. So
help Lampard out. Beat him mercilessly. Beat him mercilessly.
Let's see how this is still. What about this Richarlison dude though?
He's going to Tottenham Hotspur.
Tottenham too, man. Tottenham are looking bad though. No, but Tottenham are looking good.
No, it's a Tottenham way. They will bottle things.
They will burn out this Liverpool squad, and they will have like Dortmund, and Klopp will leave them in 7th place. Wow! If that happens, I'm waiting for the English agenda. What's gonna be their excuse? I'm waiting for them. If that happens, I'm waiting for their excuse because they are fond of making excuse for Liverpool. Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp is a darling manager. Is that Liverpool is a darling club? I'm waiting.
No, but Premier League is going to be nice this season.
And I'm keeping an eye on Newcastle too. They are making some good signings.
Wow.
Then Botman just joined them. Highly rated centre back, very good defender. He just joined them, and they have Nick Pope also. They just signed Nick Pope. So Newcastle to are building.
Me, I'm okay. I'm okay with a 1-0 win against Newcastle. I don't want 4-0 or anything.
I'm just happy about finally getting a baller. I'm just happy finally getting a baller.
Hopefully you can break the whatever. I don't want to say curse, but whatever is in all these players, all these front players that they cannot take against the next level. Hopefully you can be that player that can actually perform week in, week out. That defenders look at and they actually.
Okay, so guys, according to Matlo said, personal time between Raphinha should not be a problem. So there should be a confirmation from Fabrizio. Here we go, between tomorrow or before Friday, though. Everything should be confirmed. So before Friday, everything should be confirmed from Raphinha. So that's what Matlo just tweeted. They said everything from Fabrizio should confirm everything before Friday. We should here we go from Raphinha. So we'll probably have more clarity by tomorrow or Thursday in terms of Raphinha joining. So guys, how do you see us lining up this coming season? 4-2-3-1, 4-4-3-3. Eric, how do you want us to line up? In the back four, in the back three?
What do I want? I want a back three. Sorry, I want a back four.
How do you want us to line up?
But
back 4-3 or 4?
Yeah.
Okay, let me do formation.
Yeah.
Let me do formations. So I want us to say what line up.
Yeah, I want a 4-3-3, but yeah, I'm not sure, man. Like I think Sage was saying before he left, you know, we were top of the league with a back three. So whatever wins us the title, I don't think that it's impossible to win, you know, to win it without a back four. I think we can do it, but you know, let's just see what Tuchel wants to do, and you know, we'll just support him whatever he wants to do.
So you want a 4-3-3?
Yeah.
Okay, so Mendy. Who goes here? Silva or imagine maybe assuming we get Koulibaly and Koundé.
Okay,
I'm assuming.
Koundé's on. Yeah. Koundé's on the bench. So
on the bench. Wow.
Yeah.
So who do you go for? Koulibaly and Silva.
Yeah, I play Koulibaly on the left. Skriniar on the right.
We are not getting Skriniar. He's going to PSG.
I'm going to PSG. Oh yeah. I heard about that. Okay.
You play Silva or you play Koundé?
Yeah, Silva on the right.
And then Chilwell and with James.
Yeah.
Chilwell and James. That's a back four. Then 3-4-3 or 4-2-3-1.
4-3-3. This is what I want anyway. It's not what we're gonna see.
So who is your midfield? Because I'm hearing Milinković-Savić. Are you gonna start Savić or no?
So I'm going with Declan Rice.
But we are not getting Radisi. No, we are not getting him.
Yeah, but
don't rule that out. Don't rule it out.
This is my this is my 11. This is my 11.
Rice, okay.
Yeah. Some nice rice in the middle.
Mason Mount.
Mason Mount, yeah. Mason Mount, Mason Mount on the right. Doesn't matter. I think he's on the left-sided. Yeah. Maybe Mount on the left and
Kovacic.
then Kovacic on the right.
Okay.
Mount.
Mount is here. This is Kova and this is Declan Rice.
Yeah, that's good.
The who's the front three?
Okay, front three, Havertz.
Okay.
Sterling. On the left, and then Raphinha on the right.
Raphinha.
So I'm not saying this
imagine, assuming we get Dembélé, are you going to start Dembélé ahead of these two or no?
Yes. I start Dembélé ahead of Raphinha. Yeah.
Wow. Dembélé.
If he decides to, you know.
Fine. So you put Raphinha on the bench.
Yeah.
Wow.
60 million, I know. It's crazy, but who knows what if we get Dembele, who knows what the money will be for him, right?
It's free, but the problem is the wages and the sign-on bonus.
Yeah, exactly. So how much are we going to be paying those wages? Wages are not nothing. That's like, we can be paying up to 40 million for those wages. So
that's too much, man. That's way too much.
So when you get a player of Dembele's quality, we know what he would have cost if he wasn't on the last year of his deal, or if he is not running this down. We know that he would be very expensive. So
I know what just are playing the waiting game for Dembele. They're waiting for him to make that decision, and once he make it, just pump. I think that's what they're waiting for.
Yeah, I mean, he's supposed to be on a free, right?
He'll be free by Friday. It will be a free transfer by Friday.
So I don't know what he's waiting for.
No,
is he going to sign the new
offer him
deal?
a contract that he doesn't want. That's the reason he's been waiting to see. Maybe there's a better option.
Hopefully they can't give him a better option. I mean, whatever happens, they're still going to pay him more than us, right? So
we'll see.
If
but now
he's not willing to
6.5 plus 1.5 add-ons, and that's nobody wants. And
if he's not
Chelsea
willing
offered him 8.5 plus I think 2 million add-ons or something like that, close to 10 million.
Yeah, I think they can still pay him higher than us, but it just depends. We'll see what happens with that. But if we pay, if they don't increase, they don't make it higher than our offer,
he will leave.
Then he needs to make his way to the bridge. Don't waste time with these Europa League guys.
Yep, I agree. So King, let me come to you. What formation are you wanna play? Are you gonna go with Eric formation or you wanna change your formation? King, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So you wanna go with Eric formation or you wanna change it?
If we are getting Kunde, that means we are. Let me just stick with this back four, the experienced back four. I'm sticking with this experienced back four. In the middle, I don't know. Depending on
Milinković-Savić, then
I'm using a 4-2-3-1 anyway.
4-2-3-1. Okay.
Yeah, 4-2-3-1. That's my favorite. And then looking at our team right now, I think without a DM, without a Casemiro, a Fabinho, we can't play flat 3.
So what do you want to play? You want to play this way?
Yeah, Rice and cover Rice. Like cover will be on the left and Rice or anyone. Either way, I think.
Assuming we get Dembele, are you gonna take a Mason Mount out of the team and you play Dembele more?
No. The same way, Mason Mount will still be there. Just to provide the running around and at least do his English thing, so it will not be as if there's no English player or our best player for 2 seasons. We are putting him on the bench. Let's just help him and put him there, just in front of Cover and Rice.
Right, okay.
Or Cover and Savić, depends on who is coming.
Okay.
Yeah, and the front 3, Sterling on the right. And Dembele on the left, because I know Sterling is always very kind of dangerous on the right anyway.
So you're not gonna play
if Raphinha, I'll just slowly, we just have to use Dembele until we can get a good fee to sell him back, because that guy, because he's 24 years and we're signing him for free. So for me, I feel like
they might get injured, right?
If we can use him very well, can get enough assists, like 15, 20 assists, 15 goals, and can command a good fee for us. And then Raphinha can start playing immediately. By coming to Chelsea team, I think Raphinha is ready as well. But I feel like even Sterling won't be playing all games 90 minutes like that. So I'll just leave it like this anyway.
Okay. Guy, you want to go with this formation or you want to change it? You want to go with this formation or you want to change yours?
I don't think it's there. But Rice and Cover pivot will be so good. It will be so good.
I think I muted his mic.
Yeah. My only concern is Mason Mount there, honestly. if I'm to play all the good players at once, I'll just
Yes,
put
Mount will be on the bench.
where Mount is.
He will be on the bench.
I'll just put Dembele there, and then I'll put Rafinha and Sterling.
See, what I'll be doing is I'll be bringing Mount on from the second half. I will not start more matches because this is what we need to understand. Because of the World Cup here, so I have to be very careful in playing players with so many, and because it's 5 substitution, we can easily just rotate and change players around.
And even to me personally, I would prefer Gallagher in that position to press high up, win the ball back immediately, and start the attack easily. But either way, Mount will do the same as well, something similar, and there will be less pressure on Mount. So I think he'll play better in the middle of these guys. Honestly, I'm not sure if our defensive, but then this formation is for
somebody said no Kante. What of Kante?
Kante is a squad player now for us. So when we have won the game, when we are 2-0 up, and we want to seal the game, what happens is Kai Havertz or Raheem Sterling. Thank you. Go and sit down.
Let you want to rest. So I'm surprised Eric he didn't put N'Golo Kante. Why?
I didn't put him where?
N'Golo Kante didn't start him. What happened?
I mean, in terms of this formation, Kante would be an obvious player, no matter what in your team. But with this formation, I think, we want to be attacking. Kovacic can put a tackle in, Mount can tackle. So I think this is just the week in, week out kind of scenario. Kante can come in whenever he's fully fit, he can play. And I would want to play Kante for the biggest moments. The very biggest games, we need to have Kante.
Wait, where is Rafinha?
I don't know what is going on with these people. What
are you guys doing now?
No, look who's on the lineup.
The Oos.
Oh man, Rafinha is there.
I know.
He'll be on the bench now.
He should come down.
He can't be on the bench, oh. You can't pay £65 million and put someone on the bench.
It does not matter. So we are a big team.
You can't put Dembele on the bench now.
Jack Grealish is 100 million. He starts from
no, you can't put. You can't. Rafinha. I'm sure that's the reason why he has not signed yet, though. Because he wants to know what we want to use him to play.
He has signed. Don't worry about him.
He has not signed. No, we only have agreed with Leeds, right? He has not signed.
He has not.
We have to sell the project to him.
Nah, I think. Look, personal terms is not going to be too. The main thing is always the fee. Personal terms is we signed personal terms with Koundé how many years ago, and he's still not here. So it's the main thing is the fee. Once the fee is done, then personal terms can be done very easily.
If the guy says he doesn't want to come to your club because he doesn't believe what you are going to play,
who is he?
He's not going to say that, man. Let's be honest. Why would he say that?
Rafinha starting anything.
Emmy, what's your formation?
Who, me?
Yeah, are you gonna keep this front three, this front four, or you change
No,
this?
I think the back four is fair. But instead of Rice, I'm bringing Milinković-Savić for sure.
Okay, SMS. Okay.
And then I'm going to play. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to play 4-2-3-1. I'll play Kovacic and SMS in that midfield double pivot. And then I'm going to remove Mount. Sorry, I'm going to know Verso. But Sterling will start in that middle. And then on the right, I'll have Ra. That'll be my front four. That front four will score me goals, man. Nobody go miss. Everybody go score.
Rafinha. Dembele and Kai.
That's if we get Dembele. If we don't get Dembele,
Rice is not in number 10, bro. Sorry, not Rice. Sterling's not in number 10.
I can play Dembele.
I'll play. No. It's okay. No.
Unless Dembele plays in the number 10.
Dembele plays in number 10 before. Tuchel has used him at number 10 before.
Yeah, he can play number 10.
He's very creative, yeah.
He can play number 10, no problem. But
just pull Dembele back a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
hug the touchline. Like what players always say, hug that touchline.
Oh yeah, this front four, this team will win the league. I swear.
I swear this attack will score.
I don't think very few
SSB, relax. Stop, relax. SSB, relax. Easy.
This Dembele guy played 15 games. He had 13 assists. He created like bundle of chances that these guys were just missing chances.
Ferran
Torres.
Imagine him creating chances in this Chelsea team. My Lord in heaven.
And you know what's funny? Even Amado Broja will score goals with this type of setup. Just remove Kai himself and put Broja. This guy will score. He will score goals. Even in the three at the back with this same set of people, they will still cook. Yeah, that's the funny thing.
I'm just happy we're finally getting a baller. I'm happy we're getting a baller.
And you know, most times, in these settings, let me just tell you, in these settings, you see where Sterling is, Sterling will always drop deep.
He will always drop deep.
Yeah, he'll drop deep to actually play with Dembele in this settings.
Yeah.
And then you have Luis James overlapping to almost just in between where Dembele and Kovacic are to actually cause an overload. Chilwell was just talking, my God, man, this team.
Rafinha to Chelsea is done. Okay. Hi, Talk, how you doing, brother? Because Matlow said before Friday, we should hear we go from him. His medical, he should come from his medical and everything. We should hear from him. That's what Matlow said. Fabrizio, before Friday, we go from Fabrizio in terms
Koulibaly.
Man. Koulibaly and Silva. That's like, oh my, that's experience plus leadership.
Have you seen Koulibaly defend? That guy.
And he has Mendy too, which is gonna help him.
You know, sometimes I used to think the guy is not that quick, but if you see him defend, like it's good, man. My experience did this defense, so Silva Koulibaly back four, man. On the passing level.
So wait, where's Arsenal gonna go for instead of Raphinha? I don't know.
That's their business. So they should go for. They say they want to bring back William. I saw it.
I want to go back.
I'm all good luck.
The passing ability.
Arsenal has already edited. See, no, the funny part about Arsenal,
they have edited
Photoshop edit Raphinha already that is joining them. Just come with the dagger and just.
You know what I see about this team, man? Abdullah, like the passing ability of that back four. The passing from the back here, like I don't see mistakes in them at all. That's the crazy thing. Like James' passing ability, Silva's long passing ability, Koulibaly's long passing ability, and the fact that Raphinha and Sterling, their ball control is there.
I'm saying that they're going for William on a short-time deal.
I told you now. I told you. I just said it. They're bringing back William.
Tata said he has unfinished business.
You know, we've not even signed anyone. They already said we have to fight for top four. That Arsenal will be in the top four now. I was just saying, Arsenal fans, like, you guys.
The way Todd Bowley is moving, man, I'm surprised. That guy is doing a clear out. He's doing a clear out. Clear the road. He's clearing everything clearable.
So on this bench now, we have Mason Mount, Conor Gallagher, Jules Koundé, Osinodoy, Amado Broja.
They will come in for 5 sub and they will just come in and enjoy yourself. That's what
Golo Kante, Zinchenko, and Jonathan Klaus. Hey!
Just come in and enjoy. Just come in and enjoy. That's it. After the match don't finish, maybe they don't chop 5-0. Just take up the big guys. Just time exact position. I'll take up the first 5. I will leave the remaining one there.
If I were Pulisic, I would just relax. So I would just relax and be eating my money, and I'm be coming on from the bench once in a while.
Yeah, Tuchel can play in the back. Tuchel is good in the back 4. It's very good.
Yeah. No, he has always played in the back 4 now. All this until he came to Chelsea and started playing back 5. I think it's a myth that someone can play in the back 4 and cannot play in the back 3 anyway. because you hardly a very good left back. Very good. Are you telling me Andy Robinson?
All of a sudden, Arsenal fans are saying, man, they should go get Sterling and fight back against Chelsea. I'm not joking.
The problem
Really?
is Leeds already accepted the deal with Chelsea already, so Chelsea are trying to push Pulisic to Juventus. We'll see.
35 plus 5 Sterling, 35M plus 10M on add-ons.
Plus 15, that's what I'm hearing. Plus 15.
I don't think it will be up to 15 because Jesus' own is 55. They are just trying to get 100 from both of them, 100 million pounds. So
they want to get 100 so that they can go and buy Yao Phillips.
But that's their business. So let them.
They'll be able to balance the book. We want Gnabry. They said they want Gnabry.
Want Gnabry, eh? Okay, bring him here now.
Bad. But will he go back though?
Bring him to
because no, your Champions League. So will he be able to go back without Champions League?
Bring him to the Prem, no problem. Let him come and see Bundesliga tax by himself. He will face low block. Himself will hear
and Emmy and them King Black and Eric, our Nigerian brother. We wish him best of luck. Taiwa Wuni.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, I actually think that boy will score at least 12 league goals. 12.
Yeah, they will.
Because Nottingham Forest, they also have their team is
compact.
Yeah, they play a compact style, and they play on the break. So
on the break, counter attack as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited with this season coming up. I'm excited.
Don't be excited until we get the players,
When they come in, I'll be fully excited. I already took a sabbatical. I came back from sabbatical.
The one player that I know that if Chelsea gets, I'll really scream is Milinković-Savić. Like, if we can pull that deal off, wow, that is a statement.
Because Kezman is pushing that deal. Kezman is pushing that deal.
Yeah, and it's everywhere now, right?
Everywhere now, yeah.
That guy's calmness on the ball, I don't understand. Like in tight spaces, like
ability to turn.
The guys are
that pass forward.
And he's very tall and lanky.
He's not lanky, He's a Balkan. All those Eastern Europeans, they elbow you. Eric, are you excited? I saw your tweet.
Milinković-Savić.
So would you rather have Savić or Rice? Declan Rice.
I'll rather have Milinković-Savić.
No, look, Milinković-Savić is the guy for now. Even though I like Rice is my guy, but look, Milinković-Savić is his quality. He's very good, and he can play box to box. He can score goals. He can create chances. He can defend.
He can dribble.
So if we get this guy,
and he's very strong.
If we get this guy now, we sell Jorginho.
No,
we'll be okay.
I never sell Jorginho.
So what if we get this guy now and we next season Declan Rice will have one more year to go.
Declan Rice will never come Chelsea.
He will come. He's going to come. This guy
unless he comes for free. That's 2025.
He will come. He will come.
Emi, what do you mean? Look, he's coming next season.
This guy is coming.
No,
he's coming 100%.
Chelsea, after Chelsea buys this guy, the next midfielder Chelsea is going for is Jude Bellingham.
Liverpool is buying Jude Bellingham.
Chelsea wants him to.
Chelsea has already asked Dortmund, hey, we're ready to trigger this clause next year.
So Jude have to choose.
I don't think Bellingham.
It depends on who Jude Bellingham chooses.
I don't think
it depends on who Jude Bellingham chooses.
Honestly,
wait, you don't think what?
Chelsea, Liverpool, and Madrid clubs are ready to trigger that.
Wait, hold on. You don't think Jude Bellingham is good enough?
I don't think he is. I don't think he is good enough. Honestly,
no.
I just don't think he's good enough. Honestly,
Jude Bellingham,
I don't think he's good enough. He's not on the level of KDB or anything. So what's the hype?
Jude Bellingham is scary talent, man.
That is good, but it's not that. We see him play for England now.
No,
England. What is the name of that England national team?
As poor as the national team is, we see Raheem Sterling now. Raheem Sterling is still one of the best performers in that nonsense, in that garbage.
Leave all this. England is good. Have they scored a goal? When has they scored a goal? No, Bellingham is good though. Bellingham is highly rated.
It's
Madrid
not really.
actually,
It's not.
Madrid
It's
is
not really.
actually looking for this guy, Bellingham.
I would rather have Declan Rice and Milinković-Savić. I honestly. Because because Bellingham is on 80 million pounds or 120 million. For what? It's the same thing now. Then instead of having Declan Rice for the DM position that we've never had, though.
We don't need See, Tuchel does not play with a DM.
See, but this guy you see, Declan Rice will give us more options. You see, Savić will give us more options.
Declan Rice, all these DM, bro. See, Chelsea doesn't. As long as Tuchel is the coach, we don't play DM.
Don't say so, man.
That's Klopp and Pep philosophy, though. They play with Fabinho and Rodri in front of their defense.
But there's nothing bad if we have a Declan Rice who is more of
we're getting this guy and Jude Bellingham.
But how about a player who sees where the danger is? Like, if not because
this
of
guy
Kante's
sees the danger too.
But we need this offensive. We need this offensive ability. You see, this guy is tall. He gets into the box. He wants to head. You
don't know him.
Sometimes.
He actually in Sarri's system, Sarri plays possession, right? In Sarri's system, this guy is the link between the defense, the midfield, and also the attack. This guy is a machine. In Sarri's, you need to watch Lazio.
But what I'm saying is, we need this. But we need this. We need this. We need Savić a bit more. You see one of the problems we faced last season, the season that just ended. There's no one in the box. The midfielders don't even come close to the box at all. You get my point? Like this guy, this Savić is the type of guy that always wants to get there. Like when the second ball at the other side of the pitch. We need that person with the awareness of that protection. We need to protect this back line. You see, the back line of Silva and Koulibaly needs protection, whether we like it or not.
Leave that to Tuchel. Tuchel has not said anything about Declan Rice. Declan Rice comes from Chelsea fans. Okay. Yeah, he has never said anything about Declan Rice.
But that guy Declan Rice is doing it at the top level. Don't forget.
In West Ham?
At West Ham, at the Europa League.
I didn't play the Champions League game.
But if we have this type of attack, why do we need Jude Bellingham, that is known for his attacking? What he can do in the attack.
The reason why people like Jude Bellingham is Jude Bellingham reminds European teams of Ballack. He's that Ballack kind of midfielder, which is unique. Most of these our old midfielders.
I don't like all this potential signing. I don't want all this.
Bellingham is not potential. He has played Champions League. He has played ball.
It still looks like potential to me. It looks like potential because Jadon Sancho came from that place. Now I was like the hottest property.
Jadon Sancho was never a baller like that.
Baba, at what's it called? What's the name of this? Dortmund. This guy was the hottest. After Haaland, it was Sancho now. 21 assists, steady. This guy.
That's Jadon Sancho.
And he was taking on players anyhow. In Premier League, it's not like that. If you bring in Jude Bellingham for me, they will body the guy.
I'm watching this guy, and I'm feeling excited watching this guy, man.
If you buy this Savić guy, it's end of discussion. Whoa. Chelsea will be on another level because this guy and Kovacic, hey, you can't pass them now. How do you want to pass that double pivot though? How? And they'll ball you out of control. These two guys, they'll kill you passing. You will not even be able to catch them. They are very athletic. They are fast. They can dribble. Kovacic cannot shoot. He can drive with the ball, find this guy in space. This guy can shoot. Both legs, both feet.
Yeah.
This guy is such a good baller that I don't even know if we'll be able to buy him. Because to me, that's a pipe.
Lazio want to sell him because they have to balance the book on the 30th of this month.
They put an 80 million price tag on him.
Yeah, but Kesman said Chelsea will buy him for
€80 million, though. That's 69 million pounds. That's a steal.
Yeah.
But this guy, that is steal for this guy. That's 69 million pounds. It's steal.
But I still want my basmati rice next season anyway. I don't mind this guy coming now. Let him come now.
Bowling Stanford Bridge. Tell him like one basmati rice.
We write a letter to Dot Bowling. We write. Oh my God! I mean, the midfield three of Rice, Savić, and Kovacic. I beg, you are not touching the ball. I don't care the opposition. No, we are passing through you. It's not possible.
Chelsea will lose very scary if that happens. They will lose scary.
The midfield three of Declan Rice, Kovacic on the left, and Savić on the right.
In the middle.
You know, you understand, they will just intertwine now. You know, when they pass around, their movements. How now?
And this guy can score goals. He can score goals.
Hey, 4-3-3. Hey, 4-3-3 is back. It's back slowly. Boldly, tall.
SMS.
I've
wanted this guy for a very long time. You know, Emmy, you know that age games lady? She said
but
she likes Savić a lot. She likes Savić. Chelsea is getting a complete midfielder.
Yeah.
Abdullah, before this season, how was he performing? He was
the best. Yeah, the best player for the past 3 seasons.
This guy is the best player. So wait, let me just tell this, sir. This guy is the best midfielder in Serie A.
Really?
They're buying Serie A's best midfielder.
Is it better than Barella though?
Yes. This guy passes with both feet. Barella passes with only his right leg.
He's better than Brozovic?
Brozovic is a holding midfielder. This guy is a box-to-box midfielder.
He can do what he can
Brozovic can do.
I'm not sure. No one. Except maybe Arturo Vidal or something in his prime.
No.
That was in prime Vidal. Is the only person can do. No. Brozovic is no.
Team Black.
Bro, Brozovic is next level, bro.
Go watch this guy.
Go and watch him play. Our next stream, we'll talk about him. Go and watch the guy play. Milinković-Savić.
But don't bring Bellingham here. Let him go to Liverpool. He's too lanky. He's not ready.
I know. Bellingham is the ball out.
Basmati rice in the middle. Holding. Hey. Savić on the right and cover on the left. We are creating the Real Madrid in the Premier League. We are creating something else.
SSB said, I will personally rate Brozovic.
Brozo.
I won't argue. But I won't argue.
Brozo is best holding midfielder in Italy.
Yeah. I agree.
Have you seen
midfielder though?
Have you seen the Croatian midfield? You know how good that midfield is?
Oh, yeah. You know why it's that good? Because of Kovacic though.
It's not Kovacic. It's not just Kovac. Have you seen the job of that guy?
Modric, Kovacic.
Hey! That guy keeps it steady. He keeps it ticking like from the defense and his tackles. The guy is rugged.
You know, there was a time we were linked to that Brozovic guy.
I like that guy, honestly, and he looks like a devil, like with tattoos, just like Savić, like this.
They are Balkans now.
I love players like this, man. You know they are warriors. They are here to fight. They are not dancing around.
They are buying a warrior.
And everybody will fall in love with him in Chelsea. This guy will be signed. I believe Kezma will push that move because it's his agent. He will push that move.
I was watching.
This guy reminds me of Ballack and Nedved together. This guy. Yeah.
Somebody said this is a prophecy. Neymar is coming to Chelsea this summer.
But I'm worried about this Savić. I'm worried about his the tempo at which he plays. He plays at a slower tempo.
Tempo.
It gives me headache.
You
know, quick, fast like that.
Savić is fast.
Go and tell Modric that he's not fast.
Baba, Modric plays at 20 kilometers per hour. If you all dribble the way the guy fast.
Modric
na next level.
Somebody said Savić is history with takers.
He has techniques, yeah, but like no be the one where they go snatch the ball from man. We be say counter.
No.
Savić is tall, and he's
You're
But
talking
he's not that quick, right?
He's just 24 years old, though, this boy.
they just clocked 25.
25, yeah. And it's as if he has been playing football since.
I haven't thought it was 27. I don't know. He's
He's
still younger.
24 years, 25, yeah. He's a young boy.
Eric, will you want Milinković-Savić in Chelsea?
Look, I wasn't too fond of him before, but you can't deny the quality, man. The guy has that quality. I remember under Sarri, we were linked with this guy.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, do we need him? Is it the profile that Sarri needs? I don't know. But, you know, I think it can work. If Tuchel wants him, just
Tuchel wants him. And I think Kezman himself, his agent, is pushing the move to Chelsea. He wants him to go to Chelsea. Sarri is telling the Lazio board that he wants Emerson Palmieri and Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the good. It's not going to work like that, man. We're not going to sell Loftus-Cheek and Emerson for this guy.
We can offload them to
balance. It's not going to work, man. It's not going to happen.
Why?
We don't need to offload them to balance the wages because they're not the problem with our wages.
But we need to reduce the size of the squad, though.
But we need to sell Barkley and other players.
Yeah, we're selling them.
Why are we selling Emerson?
These ones are going. You think Todboli has time for all these plenty players on books for what?
No, the guy wants 25 players.
We are selling all these people. You think
he's not going to sell them? He's dashing them. Go and find club.
You didn't see how we chased Lukaku. We chased him with
shout out to Felga. He said if Chelsea gets him, they will have a better midfielder than Liverpool.
Yes.
No, not really.
Yes.
No. No. Without a holding midfielder, no.
He can play as an holding midfielder.
No, he cannot. He cannot. I'm sorry.
Are we Man City? We don't play holding midfielder.
But we actually play possession football, though.
Yeah,
we play possession football now.
Yeah, when Jorginho plays for Chelsea and a back three or whatever, he doesn't play. We play with double pivot. We play with two midfielders that we actually have you need to watch this guy's analysis of Tuchel.
Analysis, yeah. Let me
Ryan Gunners, one guy like this.
Yeah, that guy is good. That guy is tough.
Yeah, the guy broke down Tuchel's system for 70 matches between all the clubs, Dortmund, Chelsea, and PSG. He said it's the same. Tuchel always plays with a diamond in the midfield with a double pivot.
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay, somebody has already sent me this the thread that I should share. Let me share it out for people about Milinković-Savić. This is what the guy sent.
The Chelsea rumor target, Savić in this trade. I'll try to cover the following: short bio, career, style of play, short clip. God bless you. I beg, let me see. Short bio. 1995. How old is that? 27?
No, Savić born 27 February 1995. That's 20.
That's 27.
26? That's 26.
Instead of done the turn OG with that small. It's 27, right? Because 1995, 2005 to 2022.
It's 27, yeah.
27.
Yeah. My father was a basketball player. Okay, let's go. He played in Sporting. Okay.
Portugal. He then spent a few years in Austria before moving to Serbia.
My problem is his former stats. Let me see his stats before this last season because now so they sell Timo Werner for us.
No.
Now so they sell Lukaku after 1 year.
Go and watch the guy.
This is the guy. Savić is a versatile central midfielder capable of playing in several roles, including as a register.
He can play as a register?
Yeah.
This
is what I'm saying.
Usually deployed as a central
as a center
midfielder.
midfielder. He's blend in the traditional attacking movement, positioning and sense and finishing ability. Standing at 1.91, Savić is an area with an 6'3". Impressive 2.8 area dose 1 per 90. Wow, an excellent ground passer who is a press resistant and reliable in build-up play. He also has an eye for goal with a third man runs and long range shot. Savić has an impeccable injury record and his minutes for the past season shows he is not one to burn out easily. He played a total of 37 games out of 36 in the 2021 Serie A season, accumulating about 3.111 minutes.
I say this guy na machine. If we buy this boy,
play game.
This is our marquee signing.
A whooping of
11 goals and 11 assists
from midfielder with 10 assists from open play.
Open play.
Is a treatment of his creativity. In addition, he has 1.5 KP 90 and 62.9 average per 90. His SCA.
Is it the KP is what? Is it
kilometer per? It's kilometer per.
Key passes.
Yeah, key passes.
Yeah, 1.5.
That's stood at 3.16 per 90 and 4.67 progression passes per 90. So with 1.8 tackles and 0.9 interception per 90, he
intercepts steady.
Yeah, he has a lot to offer defensively too. This is a short clip.
Let's go.
If we buy this boy,
we can watch it, Abi. Oh, it's not possible.
Just remember what I talk for here.
Savić is a reliable player with an impressive injury record, which is a positive given the dreadful winter we endured in 2020. He played a total of 37 games, over 3,000 minutes in the 2011 Serie A season. Is a compliment.
He will complement the Kovacic
midfielder, and he will also be great whether as a starter or as a sub. He also improved out depth and creativity in the team.
Wow. Getting him at his peak for 80 million pounds.
Given the state of the market.
69 million pounds or 80 million euro.
80 million euro, yeah. Given the state of the market, he also improved our squad and can play at the top level for 5
years.
Yes.
I know all these Serbians, all these Europeans, and they're tough, like all these Serbians, Croatians, all these they can play till 35 easy. 33 easy.
Yeah, very strong.
He's a beast.
We can't watch this thing, Abi.
I don't know. I want to be sure because of copyright. I don't want.
So that
that's him. That's him. That's Savić. See, that's him. You see the camera pointing at him.
Oh, okay.
That's him. That's the pass. That's
left foot.
He passes with both legs. Accurate.
That's him again. That's him. See where the camera is.
Both legs.
That's him.
Una they find who?
That's him again. That's him. See, that's him. That's the person. See, that's him. That's him. That's him. This is him here. You see?
Now that diamond be that.
You see that diamond, Abi? Correct. It's hard to get the ball off of him. The guy is strong.
The guy is strong.
If we get
is he a left-footed player?
Both foot.
Both foot. He uses both legs. He can shoot. He can pass with both legs. You can't get the ball off of him.
That's him here. See.
You get brain.
We get ball sense, man.
You get brain.
This guy is, man. I don't know if we can get him. Let me stop dreaming, man.
Let me dream.
I say we are winning treble. I don't dream about him already.
See player now. See.
We'll buy this guy.
We are winning the treble, man.
We'll buy
Champions League, FA Cup,
Premier League. Would have bought a player that is better than Tchouaméni to me.
Now he passed that ball.
Yes, now.
Hey, and we're going to be having Dembélé, Rafinha.
This is Nations League. This is a Nations League. Recent Nations League.
Nations League, right?
This is recent Nations League.
He's the one arriving in the box, so
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he has the engine. No,
that's the one passing. He's the one passing the ball. That's him here. That's him. See, that's him passing the ball.
Now in work rate, now I question, man. I don't know. See. But I believe he can blend easy.
So that Ghana baller, hey, don't joke with him, Milinković-Savić.
That's
Especially
jam
with
person
we,
for
especially with the way EPL is.
Serbian man.
With the way EPL is, Milinković-Savić. What a player, man. What a player.
So that's about him.
Blue ball
Somebody
stealing.
said if the USSR was all around, they would have a good team.
Yes. Imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
USSR. Imagine all those players from all those Balkan, Eastern Europe.
And in the funny part, the age group, that lady was like, he said, I want Savić to be in Chelsea. That guy is a complete midfielder. He said it, she's been tweeting about Savić for a very long time. I just want him to be in Chelsea.
That woman, I think, on coach is a Chelsea fan.
Yeah, she said, I want Savić to be in Chelsea.
Who said it? Who said
Age Grims.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, she said, I want him to be in Chelsea. He's a complete midfielder. He's complete.
I question his work rate anyway, because it's easy to have the ability. If you don't have the work, the midfield of the Premier League.
For you to have those stats, for you to have those stats, in Italy is very technical and tactical.
But it's just slow. That's my problem.
It's not slow.
It's slower.
Why did England lose to Italy?
No, that's different now. That's different. So
imagine most of those players playing Serie A though. Yeah, apart from Jorginho and their goalkeeper.
But you see,
their goalkeeper at the time even played in Serie A.
But do you see how easy it is for English teams to just open up the midfield of any Italian club?
I'm not seeing. When was the last time an English team beat an Italian club?
You remember Inter Milan and Liverpool? I'll be waiting. They were
just Liverpool. That's Liverpool, though. That's Liverpool. How many English teams are like Liverpool?
Anyway,
yeah. I always.
But then why is he on the high side? Why is his fee on the high side? Like, does he still have
the guy is generational? Are you not seeing his stats?
That's one season start, brother.
No, go back to 3 seasons. He has even declined to me. I say this guy are the best. Or he'd be like, he'd be like Thomas. You never see this guy is so good. We don't even deserve this guy. I did tell you. This guy is supposed to be going to clubs like Madrid and Bayern. I'm telling you, he's supposed to be going to Bayern. I don't even know whether we deserve him, because I don't think Chelsea fans know what they are getting. Because Chelsea fans are still asking questions. Guy, you don't need to ask whether this guy is touted a very, very solid all-round midfielder. Very few are made like him now. Where did Abdullahi go? He left the stream.
Abdullahi, where are you?
Where did he go to? That's how I used to do this, Abdullahi. I don't even know what's up with him. Yeah?
Abdullahi, please come back.
Oh God!
Wow, this has been a very positive stream. Honestly, this signing is good, man. I just want to see the announcement. I want to see that shirt. Hold up the shirts. Let's go for the second one.
I'm telling you, brother, I can't wait for him to have that shirt. Once Raphinha hoists that shirt, it's over. Everybody now wants to come to Chelsea, because guess what? He already makes people want to play. Everybody knows that he's that good. And people saying that he's going to be used as a wing back, that's just crap. That's a lie. They're just lying. And they're just lying. He's not going to be a wing back, please.
No. We're going to get, look, what I'm going to really be excited about is Sterling. I want Sterling, man. When Sterling comes in, when Sterling holds that shit, man.
Sterling and Rafinha will change our attack big time.
Oh yeah. People have doubts about Sterling. You'll see what happens, man. Let him just come first.
I believe Sterling.
We're gonna see it, man. I've wanted Sterling for a very long time. So when it happens, we're gonna see, man.
Oh,
I'm gonna be very happy with that signing. Oh my
yeah,
goodness, Sterling,
yeah.
man, just announce Sterling. When Sterling comes, then I know we've started.
No, actually, for me, it's this Milinković-Savić because that
Ah,
guy
okay.
solves all our problems in midfield immediately. All of a sudden, our midfield can actually, cook. We can dribble, we can pass, we can play one touch, we can defend, we can shoot. All of a sudden, we now have another. You see, do you know how easy it was for opposition to defend against us? They will just sit back and say, "Guess what? We know Jorginho cannot dribble. We know Kovacic will dribble, but guess what? We will just block his path and he can't go anywhere. Even if we allow him to go to our post, he cannot shoot at our goal. He will probably shoot the ball over. Guess what? We're so predictable. We're easy to. The team was driving Tuchel crazy. Tuchel saw the limitations of our team.
That's why we play the back five.
That's why he played
Because
all those systems. All those
yeah,
things that he was doing were just to cover limitations of our team.
yeah. Milinković-Savić, I don't know if he's like a long term, but look, bring
Oh,
him
he's
in,
long
man.
term. He is long term. I think he just brings that experience and calm to that midfield. And him and Kovacic together as a double pivot. Wow.
I mean, if you bring him in, you have to sell Jorginho.
You don't have to sell Jorginho. Jorginho has played too much football already. Remember, it's 5 subs, right? He's played too much football in the last 2 years. Jorginho needs time to actually. He needs to be managed till the World Cup. Do you understand? Because he's not even playing the World Cup good enough. He's going to have those 6 weeks off too, right? So all those Jorginho just needs to be fresh for January. Jorginho will still cook at Chelsea, right? But he just needs. He's played too much football. He's fatigued. Jorginho is tired.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Where
you're back.
You're back. You went to
my internet went off, so I went to go and fix it upstairs.
Oh, okay.
I work with
my internet.
Upstairs to knock my door. I was like, what's going on? So I have to fix my network for me.
Oh, okay.
I work with the cyber security. So one of my people came upstairs.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you.
One of my people came upstairs. I have to go and fix it upstairs for them.
Savić. One more.
Yeah, I mean, so, I can't remember what we were talking about.
Can go.
Oh yeah, Jorginho. Look, Jorginho doesn't want to be on the bench. Let's be honest. He doesn't want to be on the bench. So
I'm not saying he will always be on the bench. What I'm saying is, his game will be managed, right? He has played too much minutes in the last 1.5 years, and that's affected him, physically. The last 4 games, the last 5 games Jorginho played for us, you could see how he was struggling. The guy was gasping for air. He was tired. Yeah, he has played too much football.
I just like that Savić guy. He has technique. I like him. He has technique.
So what happens to Gallagher then?
Man, I don't know. Gallagher, I don't know what he wants to do, but man, not because of Gallagher, we no go get Milinković-Savić, I beg.
Let me get baller. Let me dream.
I beg.
Let me dream.
Chelsea is not a youth team. We are a team that wants to win.
I want to win. If you know you're part of this team, show how good of a player you are.
Is this preseason? I want to see once we have all these players in. The existing players will step up. They know that any rubbish are gone. Because this top ball, they laugh. It will drive you to the airport.
I just want Savić, please. Savić, can you sign for Chelsea, please? I want ballers. I'm tired of good runners in my team. I want Savić, man. I know people say Declan Rice, but I can understand. But if I see baller, I have to appreciate ballers. You have to appreciate ballers, man. Savić, please. I need you in that team. Physicality, everything, please. And it's good on the. It's very good on the hair too. Very good on the hair.
It's very good in the air. Someone that wins almost 3 aerials per 90.
Milinković-Savić.
He's tall, 1.91 meters. That's very tall.
That one, na bamboo tree. What's happening? What's happening? That one tall.
See, Chelsea has not had a domineering central midfielder for a long time.
Yep.
Every time we start the match, our midfielders are so small. Kante, Jorginho, Kovacic, they are short, small. You understand? We need that physical guy that can play ball. This guy, I won't be surprised we buy this guy by next week too.
Yeah, I'll never be surprised. Yeah,
he can't be fine boy again.
Oh.
Marketing.
London babes are in trouble. Hey. See,
if you are not married in London,
all those girls like Astrid Wet. I'm waiting for your name. That girl that used to strip.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so yeah, I know.
He has tattoos as well, have you?
Yeah, yes, tattoos.
Hey, see branding. Oh, see Raphinha tattoo. Hey, see team. I don't like that jersey way with the wear. I won't clean.
No, we are going to change. I think we're going to change that.
But I'm using three. I'm using three.
I don't want that three. Why you buy it for your chest? I don't use money buy that jersey.
But the problem, according to what I hear, they said is three is one making us a lot of money in terms of sponsor. They are the highest sponsors. Apart from what they just will be using.
Let's go and bring Tesla, man. Tesla in front of the chest of this guy.
That's true.
Tesla. We don't get Tesla.
Let's combine with that Chinese lady that wanted to buy Chelsea. That lady that. You remember when when that one came from nowhere? They didn't have money. Those broke people that wanted to buy Chelsea. Then.
Oh, I know
the Singapore woman.
yeah, that lady. She's into all those.
She was tweeting. She spent more time tweeting than actually bidding.
I've never seen rich person tweet like.
Anyway, no wala, guys. I gotta go, man. Nice one, man.
Thank you. Peace, everybody. Peace. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys coming in.
Yeah, it was nice, man. Nice.
Everybody, peace out, guys. Any news to talk about? Surely, Thursday will be here, though, for the Chelsea.
We'll be here for the round table. Sure.
And
Eric, make sure you're here because
don't worry, I've already set up the transfer.
Sam is back.
Sam is back.
Will be here. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens, man.
Don't worry, we'll be here. Don't worry, everything will be here. We go. Don't worry, soon. Here we go. Soon.
Okay, guys. Cheers.
Peace, guys. Peace.